Huh. Well, how you doing? Well, let's talk about sky miles and nautical miles. Hey, we are live. It is Sunday Mass. Festivities live. We are ready to do it. Let's go. Oh, yeah. That was the Squeaky Earth live. Whee! John Hansen is first today. Boom. Jomongus, you are first. RT96, you did it. You're first. Hey Martin, you're first. Brad Wagner is first. Hi Rob. Steve Wilson, you are not last. Boom.
Are we resorting to comedy hour now? Obviously, gravity. La La Land is reserved for special people that double speak, that say open is closed, closed is open. La La Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity. Obviously. La La Land, La La Land, La La Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity, gravity, gravity. Obviously.
Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom.
Damn. Well, was I muted all the time? You see, it's for not paying attention. We're gonna do the most important thing. A squeaky earth. That's the most important thing. Doesn't matter whatever I say before or after. Squeaky earth. That is what matters. For every single one of you. You know what? This is a great idea because one new person came in to tell me that there was no audio. So this is good. I should start with a glitch. So the new people can jump in the YouTube chat box and say, hey, you got no audio, you're muted. See? That's how we do it around here. Hello, Ringy. Are you new? I'm new. All right. Good to see you all. Shout out to the frogs. Lazy eye frog is still right here. He's hiding. He feels off because his eye is not too lined up. What's up with the hearts? What's up with the hearts in the feet over here? I don't want no hearts. No, I just want frogs. All I want is frogs. That's it, man. Forget about the hearts. Forget about the hearts in the feet. Okay. Shout out to the mini globe. It broke, man. It broke the base. And you know that it's all about the base. So it broke. Now I got to kind of hook it around here. Hopefully it'll stay up. So you can see a little bit. The lining is a little odd, but what about it? It's good. Shout out to everybody on YouTube land. Thank you for being here. We have in the house. We have Oh yeah. Rob King, Jomungus, Brad Wegner, John Hansen, RT96, Martin, Steve Wilson, Zebulon181, We Tweet, Brad Wegner, Truth Nerds, Stone Monkey 3D, Doc C, Chike, Doofus Manfred, Ringy 542, Zebulon 181, Truth Nerds, Brad Wegner, Blue Marble Science, Dawn to Dusk, Steve Wilson, Judy Bassett. Thank you very much for you. He who have more than one shout out, you are the person. You see, you are important. You matter. And for those who just got one shout out, that means that you important. You matter. I don't know who mattered the most, the ones that I gave one shout out or two, because the one I gave a shout out, you see, your name resonated with me. I know I read it. I know I didn't have to repeat it. For those who I mentioned your name twice, it might be that your name didn't resonate with me. I had to repeat it again, or maybe it's because of my own will. I actually wanted to repeat it because your name means a lot to me. So anywhere you want to see it, you matter. These festivities are for you. Brad got it 3 times. Holy shit. And now, what if I didn't mention your name and didn't give you a shout out? Dude, that would be so off. I would feel horrible. So I hope that every single one of you, until the last person that I gave shout out, at least I mentioned once. So let's hope on that. So all of you that I mentioned, please hit the like button under this video. If you're watching Brad Wegner, I say your name, bro. Don't mess with me, Brad. I say your name, man. Come on, don't make me feel bad. Tears. Boom like if you're watching this live or recorded. First thing you should do, thumbs up under this video. You are subscribed. You must be subscribed in order to type in the chat box. Zebulon 181. I called you out once, two, maybe twice. Make sure that the bell notification icon is on. Just click on it and re-click the receive all notifications. So when the show goes live, you will be here hanging out with us. And there's a few links. There's a link in the pin above in the YouTube chat box for PayPal. If you want to help me out, help a brother out, and keep the channel to help the channel to stay alive, hit me up on PayPal or Super Chat. Super Chat feature is on. If you're watching this recorded and you don't feel comfortable using PayPal, you can use the Super Thanks feature on all the recorded and uploaded videos. There's a heart icon with the thanks. That's exactly like the Super Chat. Leave a comment and that will be highlighted in the comment section. So anyway, you can support. I will appreciate that. We will, the Daily Boom on Censored is open in the Discord server Daily Boom. Let's go ahead over there to the Discord. Post your links, your comments, questions, images, and most important, join us. Join us on the Daily Boom Discord server. We are in the YouTube live voice chat. It is open for the public. So all you have to do is click on the link find in the description box for the Discord server. If you are already part of the Discord server, just jump over there or click on the link in the YouTube chat box for that Discord link. And that's it. I mean, I hope you can click on whatever link that I'm going to post that I didn't post any. Let me copy over here. And there you go. There should be a Discord link, YouTube chat box. Shout out to the first super chat today. Truth Nerds, €2 super chat. You say my name twice, so I will thumbs up twice. No, I say it 3 times. Truth Nerds, Truth Nerds, Truth Nerds. Click it, like it, click it, dislike it, click it, like it again. 3 times. So if you want to click the thumbs up, it must be only odd numbers. Any amount of times of odd number amount of times you want to click, you should do that. So click the like either one time, three times, five times, seven, etc. So on and on and on. And it will always even up and come back to me. Why am I looking at the camera if the camera is not the one looking at me? I should. There you go. Now we're talking. I like this new little kind of setup, man. A little off because I see when I see a highlight, whoa, somebody, somebody in the road, and you see me, reacting to it. This is cool. I moved, tweak a little bit around all this stuff. You hit it three times through the nurse. Very good. Very good. Lots of cows. Yes, thank you very much. I like cows. Moo. 10 seconds of cows. If you want to hear 10 seconds of cows uninterrupted, hit me up on the super chat. Whatever amount you hit me, the cows will come to life. Now we're back to what matters. The live show, you guys, and the people in Discord. Right now, two people in Discord. Let me see three. Flip flop doesn't count. We have JG, that's me, and we got Chike. Chike, how you doing, brother?
Hello, Jose. I'm
Hello,
good,
hello.
thank you. If you notice, you see the likes and the watching now are very close.
Very good, yes.
Not really, because we want more watching now. Of course, we want more likes, but watching now,
Yep, indeed. Shout out to Brad Wagner. He said the mic is nice. Yeah, had this mic for a while. I haven't used it for a long time, and the sound is a lot cleaner than when I was just using this regular headset, because this one collect too much background noise. With this one, I can leave the microphone open, and it's really not a lot of background noise. Now, this thing, the sign is clicking. Do you hear that clicking?
I don't.
You don't? It's annoying, man. It's the wind. I mean, I got a fan. The fan over here blowing, and it's all right. Yeah, it wasn't too loud. Faint noises. The mic doesn't grab too much. But I appreciate that some action will happen somewhere over there, and I can turn the camera really quick and show it. Uh, I see you, Chai. You had all kinds of fun yesterday with the newer person in the Discord server. Who is that new person? You guys seem to have a little bit of a beef. Tell me about it and explain what happened yesterday, like all day long, probably since the day before yesterday.
Me, I just asked him one simple question, which he never answered. What was his distance to the tower when he took the picture? Kept telling me he must know because he was there, and of course he drove or something, then he knows the distance. But never told me what the distance is till this moment. And if you tell me now, I won't see it because I have him blocked.
You blocking? You couldn't take it anymore?
He's no fun, you know. At least you need to know to play. How many times I can hear you repeat like Bev, you know? Say, I can tell you the distance. Oh, then tell me, why are you talking so much? I told him it's a number followed by a length unit. That's it. 7.5 miles. That's all you need to tell me. Don't type so much.
Uh, is this the one who was a BFF with the level guy?
That's what
And what
I
happened?
understand. I
Yeah.
never met him in my life before.
Okay. Uh, Now this guy in the Discord, he was in the other group, right? In the level crew. What happened? Did they kick him out or what? If you
I
know
have
about it.
I have no clue. What this is he had a fight with Bev. I don't know about what.
Gary sent you a message, Chaik. It's a beautiful flat Earth day. Says.
If he says so, because I never been to Flat Earth.
What?
What's this? I never been to Flat Earth.
How dare you?
What kind of stuff you're smoking, Gary?
This is a cheap, very bad cheap. It's not even cigarette. It's filter.
No, I'm asking Gary. I'm asking Gary.
Oh, I'm showing you my cheap
What
filter
is, what
cigars.
is he smoking to be in Flat Earth?
I don't know, man. But did you see the people? Tell me what this is for those who can see it. It's a little bit of glare, but somebody must guess what this is first. You all have probably seen it, and depends how big your screen is. You should be able to see it quick.
Looked like cigar, but it didn't go off yet.
No, it's that whatever I'm showing in the background right here behind me in the door. It is DP, says Brad Wagner. Did you talk to him before he was named this way, Chike?
No, never talked to him before. When I talked to Bev, he said DP did it, and I didn't understand what Bev is talking about. What DP? Or
Oh,
what you talking about?
all right, we got some answers about the question that I asked. For those who saw what that was, Don said it looks like an Apollo mission badge. Peter G says the Apollo 11 badge. Zebulon, some kind of a NASA patch. Well, you guys are correct. It is an original, legit, but in the NASA shop, in the NASA gift store, Apollo 11 patch. How about that? It's actually a real solid, thick patch. It can be sewn into any kind of clothing. Shout out to C4. C4 is responsible for me having this gift. He brought it personally to me. Boom. He knows how much I get triggered with the moon bullshit. So he brought me an Apollo 11 patch. You gotta love it, man. All right, join us in the Globe Cult. Who would like to join us or share a phone link so we can play over here? Something non-copyrighted, original content if possible. Maybe shorter in the 1, 2, or 3 minutes long. We can entertain a few of those. So please, what you got to share, tell me what it is, and we'll see where it goes. You got some clips, Chaik? Do you got those clips accessible? Some of the audio clips that you record?
And
You do?
what are the one that I record Bev and his bullshit?
Yeah, in the Daily Boom, you post a bunch of audio clips sometimes, just making fun of people and finding, off stuff. You want to share a few of those and we'll play for the audience?
Those I recorded Bev, I have.
Oh, those are Bevs, right? All of them? Like about Bev?
Bev and the other idiot, paper organist.
Paper organist?
Yeah, that's how it go by.
I'm lost. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Okay, Tweet says talk about Nathan's flat Earth debate on MDD, modern day debate. What is that? I have no idea about that. Please tell us. Anybody else want to join the Discord server Daily Boom? Let me know what's going on. I haven't heard of that at all. If anybody have any clue, any idea, please fill me up. Doofus Manfred is here. Maybe he will sort that up.
Sorry, I missed what you're confused about.
Nathan's flat Earth debate on MDD. Tweet
Okay.
with type that comment. I had no idea about it.
Oh yes, going back a ways, if I remember correctly. Unless there's a more recent one I haven't seen.
Yeah, Modern Day Debate is a new channel.
What?
Modern Day Debate. I mean, Nathan never been in Modern Day Debates ever.
Are you trolling right now?
No, he's been in the Non Sequitur show.
I thought he made two appearances on MDD.
Oh, okay. Wait, I was talking Nathan Oakley. No, Nathan.
Oh, okay.
Nathan Thompson, I guess.
I might have gotten it confused too.
Yeah, I got I thought it was Nathan because when I read Nathan's Flatter Debate, it clicked Nathan Oakley. He got the show called Flatter Debate. So I was confused. So we're talking about Nathan Thompson had a debate on MDD, recent one. I had no idea. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We got it all.
He did.
Oh, there is a new one?
Yeah, I actually watched it.
So is he still a thing, I guess? Thompson is still a thing.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'll tell you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
Okay. So I watched part of the debate, right? But the entire time, throughout the entire debate, he kept getting disconnected. Both of them kept getting disconnected.
Huh.
And I mean, it's pretty much the same stuff. It's not really worth watching. But it was funny because every time he would talking, he would get cut off and get kicked out, booted out of the call because I guess because of his connection.
Oh, was he in a car like last time?
Oh no, he wasn't. Not sure if he was in a car, but I guess he just had a terrible connection. It just kept getting cut off. I mean, his arguments haven't changed at all.
Yeah, he's repeating his brochure.
Pretty much.
Now, Nathan Thompson is fixing RVs in my neck of the woods, says Mr. Malort. I mean, I cannot do anything because when the clown show tour began and they were in Florida, I contacted him, called him, and he straight up say, "You're not invited. I'm not going to tell you where I am. I'm not going to see you. If you show up, I'm going to just pepper spray you and I'm going to probably beat you up." He said, "I'm not going to tell you. You're not going to find me. Get the fuck out of my sight." Nathan Thompson said he was very afraid, very, just didn't want it. I said, I did. I just want to go with my little phone camera and talk to you for a few minutes. Just see you face to face and ask you a few questions. He said, "No, if you show up in front of my face, I'm gonna pepper spray you." I say, "Oh yeah." So I went out that day and I cruised around for like a whole hour. They were in St. Petersburg over here in St. Pete, and I cruised around for like a whole hour in different spots and locations where I thought he could be, but I didn't find him. So I wanted to know if he will follow up with that, with what he told me. I said, "Dude, so if you're in a private property and I see your trailer and I see you, I'm not gonna go in there. But if I see you in the street, I'm standing right in front of your face to see what the fuck you're gonna do." He never gave me his location. He just was afraid.
Remember, he actually debated.
What did you ever do to him?
Nothing.
Yeah, remember when he debated Team Skeptic face to face?
Yes.
On Modern Day Debates.
Yes.
Also, during the recent debate, he was in. Who was the other guy in the debate? It was I can't think of his name. He's not real relevant. Some other weird guy. He's just all his arguments are just memes. But he said something that immediately jumped out at me that this guy listens to fucking Witsit. He literally said Witsit's the thing that Witsit says all the time, word for word.
Falsification is independent of replacement.
Exactly. He's literally said that. I'm like, oh, okay, we know who his first daddy is.
Yeah, that's his go. Yeah.
Does he not understand the concept of shame? This guy. If I was him, I wouldn't go out to buy groceries. I would get all delivered. Wouldn't dare showing my face outside.
What do you guys say? Look at that. 90, 95 degrees. 92, 93 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. And
Not too
what
bad.
what sucks is that he debated two people that really don't know about that. Like T Jump doesn't really ever debate flat Earth. And he thinks just he pretty much just laughs at it and thinks it's pretty stupid.
Mm.
So I mean, you know, T
But
Jump
Nathan
normally
is a thing.
debates.
Yeah, but Nathan is a thing, right? Like he get invited over and over in MDD. I stopped watching a long time ago.
Yeah, but I mean, he hasn't debated in like what? Where has he been?
I don't know.
He just hangs out on Facebook, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah.
He's not really relevant anymore.
Yeah.
Juggling balls on a hammer?
Yeah, reciting the periodic table.
Oh, you know what? You know what I found really interesting a while ago. I gotta share. I gotta share my screen, man. I found something that it was a little bit disturbing. That. All right. So the Georgia Guidestones, right? That's a thing,
It's
right?
okay.
Was the thing.
Yeah, Georgia
Was
Guidestones. Yeah,
was a thing, yeah. Georgia Guidestones was a thing, and that got destroyed, right? And it's kind
yeah,
of an investigation on where what happened to that.
yeah.
And I found a YouTube video where I don't know if it's when the clown tour began or mid or after or whatever, but I found a video of Nathan Thompson hanging out there in the Georgia guys. So there's a few
Oh,
videos of it.
oh.
Yeah.
And I heard people like just messing around. Ah, that might be Nathan Thompson who put a homemade bomb in there, or maybe a flat earther or
Could
something. Who
be.
knows? I mean, who knows? Anything is possible, bro. For real.
No, it's anti what we can say here.
Yeah.
So, Jose, what you probably already mentioned it because I missed the beginning of the show, but I don't know. I'm gonna ask it again. What happened to uh your damn it, having a brain fart. Daily Boon Uncensored. Did it just kind of disappear for a while, or
Yes,
is
I
Discord acting weird?
no, I privated it. I put it
Okay.
in on private myself
Okay.
because there was a lot of drama going on. The DP guy that is in the Daily Boom now,
Oh yeah,
going
my
by a different name, all galleries, something something. He's going by a different name. So I just let him, just send him. I say just make sure, just follow Discord guidelines, uh, just normal stuff. But it was a field of drama, the Daily Boom censor. Chaik and himself, and then people back and forward, just bantering, bickering, bullshit and nonsense. I actually want the Daily Boom censor to stay active during the live shows, and if people want to share, I will leave it open. But if you guys just want to share, just something recent and clips and videos, then people is going to take advantage and just start just going drama and back and forth bickering. For that I got so many rooms, so I opened the daily nonsense. So hopefully we go to the daily nonsense for just the regular good old banter and back and forward and drama, soap opera, all that kind of bullshit that you want to use. The daily boom
right.
nonsense, or I would like it just for more of the information side. And have fun during the
Yeah.
live shows. Yeah, we're gonna go back and forth during the live shows, but when the live show is not on, I'm gonna probably private it, and you will use the daily nonsense for the daily,
I
just the
wonder
regular.
what made DP come over here. I mean, I know I see, he kind of has drama going on over his normal channel, but I guess, what makes him want to come over here now?
Even flat earthers get lonely.
I don't know. I heard he broke up with Bev, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
we got a super
It's true.
chat. We got a super chat. All right, let's see what we get.
It's definitely true.
Super chat by Lel for $2. Thank you, Lel. Very, very appreciated. Jose, what is your favorite flirt? Slick James. Shout out to Slick James Johnson. Slick James went on a hideout a few years ago, and then I called him out and he came back. And he was in for a few months, And then he disappeared again and went into another hideout. But that last hideout, it have lasted a few years now. So Slick James, wherever you are, if you are lurking in the background, please join us. We are in the Daily Boom live. Let's go to these guys are. This is a trailer from February 7th, 2021. And I'm sharing my screen. It is 47 seconds. So please, please check this out. Isn't that Nathan and Wilson
God.
in the Georgia Guidestones
Is it?
when they were buddies, yeah, before they broke up? That's it, right? That's the place.
No, that's just. I don't think Witchett's there.
Yeah, they were
who?
Nathan and Wisit when they were buddies.
Yeah, he's wearing the Yahweh hat.
Look at the hat, yeah, and
Oh.
the back profile, and then Nathan. But they were here in the Georgia Guidestones seeing flying drones and stuff. So I mean, I don't know. They had access.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
that's why he's looking down. Like they couldn't get another person to fly the drone to take the footage of them. And he had to be doing it himself. So of course you can see him flying the drone in the footage.
It's just an old trailer. I don't know for what. I think the clown tour. Yeah, when it began, when they were buddies still. But they did a lot in there. The Guidestones, right?
Supposedly the guy.
Looking for weak spots, stuff like that. It's so messed up.
Casing the joint.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. Anything is possible in this flat Earth, right?
No, that make them suspects.
It makes them.
See, they checking the thing all around, see where they put the explosives.
Yeah, where the weak spots are. That's so messed up, but so kind of true, right? A little bit scary. Too scary to be real. Scary to be fake, actually. Yep. All right. I got 2 quick downloads over here by Chaik. Chaik, now that you guys are watching my screen share, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is listen. Well, do you hear that? Do you hear Beb's voice or not?
No.
Okay, let me switch my screen share.
Go open folder, click the up thingy, and go to folder and open in Chrome.
Oh, really? Can I open it in Chrome?
Click that.
I hear Chike. Wait. I'm playing it myself.
Oh, what
it's
about
Chike,
it?
It's Chike and Bev, isn't it?
No, it's Bev alone. Bev presents a paradox.
Let's see.
The globe model states horizontal planes cannot exist. Therefore, there is no globe model because horizontal planes definitely exist. The globe model states horizontal planes cannot exist.
God, what a line.
Therefore, there is no globe model because horizontal planes definitely exist.
All right. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, he's a lying twat.
What line? I don't care if he lie here. He's an idiot.
Yeah, well,
it's not a paradox.
Our model doesn't say you can't have horizontal planes.
It's just so funny to me that someone that claims
never mind the logic. Talk about the logic. Where is the paradox here?
There isn't any. There is no. He's not applying any logic. He's just lying. He's just lying out of his fucking arse.
Right. You can take one of 2 approaches to this, Chaiki, and both of them are valid. 1, he's either a complete idiot and doesn't know the globe model, or 2, he's lying about the globe model.
He knows.
I guess both. He could be a lying and an idiot, which we know is probably more likely. But it's not like one approach to looking at this is less valid than any other.
Yeah, He's had the model explained to him more times than I've had hot fucking dinners.
Yeah, so first, he's lying. Second, he doesn't present a paradox. And third, there are no planes in reality. But before you, this I call, this thing I call size matters. Yes, because in geometry we know size matters. It's very important how big you draw things. Listen.
All right, we got a video clip over here. 7 seconds. Are you ready? Here we go.
What did I draw wrong?
Well, you drew a little tiny circle at A.
What did I draw wrong?
Well, you drew a little tiny circle at A.
What did I draw?
So what's
That's
up?
what I
man?
heard. What Tyke and Bev?
What's up with that?
What's up? If Dogma drew a bigger arc, he drew an arc, and I drew a tiny circle.
How
That
dare you?
makes a lot of difference.
Clearly.
Okay.
I mean, you don't get more stupid than this.
Don't you? I mean,
Please don't say
well,
things
well.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they can.
man.
They're always surprise us. They're always more stupid than the day before. Usually.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's not true.
Look, we've got Blue debate blamed for challenging them when he says, "How stupid can you be?"
Earth
Hey.
is live. Oh, Blue is here.
Hey, don't be blaming me for it now. Come on.
Earth is live. What is this image that you posted? It looked like a little bubble level.
I think that's from Where's Wally, just showing that Bev used to, this is from Bev's level.
Oh, this is Beb's level. This is a screenshot from
Yeah.
Beb's screen.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Earth is flat. Research flat Earth. Oh,
But he's not a flat earther.
I love it.
Oh wait,
Do you think-
I was looking for this.
Do you think he might have peeled those stickers off, or
I
are they
doubt
still
it.
on there?
I got it.
Well, he might have done. I mean, if we've seen all these old tweets of his, all dating back from 2019, and that's pretty much when you can date when he stopped admitting to being a flat earther, around about sort of July, August time of 2019, because that's the last tweets you'll see with him saying that the Earth is flat. And then he suddenly changes his tune.
Yeah, that's bevel. That was the bevel. Bevel.
Oh, yep, that's Bev. By the way, has anybody seen Brian's latest videos? Brian
Which
Leakey?
Brian?
Oh no, those are always fun.
The one with him, Wari, and Google Earth.
Oh God, yes.
I haven't. I want to see it.
That's something special.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the oldest argument in the book, where different satellites, the continents look different because of they're closer to the Earth. So, and it's been demonstrated 1,000 times with basketball, softball, and other desktop globes. And then he's got to go back to that as if, oh, this is something wrong. Try comparing it to the Epic Discover.
Yeah, I demonstrated the globe getting closer thing to Brian. I did it with a basketball, of course. I did it live for Brian Mabbitt, and he thought I faked it. Like of course, it disproved his argument, so it had to be fake immediately. That was his first assessment.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
But I can not find his channel.
Flat Earth tests.
Yeah, I mean, you know that when. Okay, I got it.
Mabbitt's one of the worst, without a doubt.
Oh yeah, visual evidence of ether, dude. I want to see that so bad.
Oh God, I didn't even look at that. Oh,
Visual evidence of the ether. Are you excited, Blue, for that?
I think what he did was he drops he from like what channel is that?
No, he's He's this is from Action Lab, where
Yeah,
vacuum
actually, yeah.
chamber. Yeah, where there's a vacuum and then the water just goes in. Leaky misunderstood how vacuums work. He thinks that if there's no air in there, it shouldn't rise
It
faster. For
shouldn't
some reason,
float.
he finds that to be a contradiction.
Mm,
He also finds water cavitation to be confusing.
it is
He's confused
confusing.
about a lot, is all I'm really trying to say.
It always is confusing for young Brian. All right, let's hear this video is. I'm gonna just speed it up a tiny bit so we get it out of the way faster. It is a 3 minute 9 seconds video. I'm gonna share it in the Daily Boom one more time. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Brad Designs Bro already shared it. I'm gonna play in 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Supposedly a real picture from space. This is the infamous Himawari, heavily debunked. If you haven't seen already,
Heavily
go to Paul and
debunked,
the
he
Plane
claims.
Taking Space, and he drops a link to Himawari's website where they openly admit that it's a collective data set overlaid on the 2012 NASA Blue Marble. They just take all the weather data and other data and overlay it. But I want to go over a couple other things today. This, you see what we see pretty much. This is Australia. We can't see any of Africa, any of North America over there. And you can see, I guess, Japan, a little bit of Asia, China. But so let's go to Google Earth and see what we see there. To be honest, it's hard to see anything with all them clouds. But anyway, so it's lined up pretty decent. But already it looks a little misaligned.
Can you pause it real quick,
Asia
Jose?
looks like it's
Yeah.
sticking out past the midpoint.
What he could have done was, instead of just showing the Himawari, like actually go to the Himawari website and then put the outlines of the continents. He would have been able to do it better that way.
Mm,
But go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
it's all right.
Point of Australia. But this is, what we would consider to be half, maybe a little less than half of the globe. So we rotate over and cutting off where Madagascar's in range. And look, we only see about half of South America. I mean, to me, that doesn't make sense. It should be the other half, or at least close to the other half of a globe. But let's
Why?
rotate some more. So
Why?
to me, this giving them the benefit of the doubt, as far as being
God,
about
he's so
half
dumb.
of South America, it might have been a little more than half. But now this is the third rotation, and we still can't see Australia. So that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So lining up, doing 3 screen shifts, basically 3 sections of Earth, and we still couldn't see Australia. So we're definitely not seeing half of the Earth, but it ain't even close. We're not even seeing 1/3 of the Earth. So if it was off by a little bit, that's fine, but it's way off. So if anybody remembers July 9th,
I'm on it. Hold on.
we had a day where
Did he screenshot that from my video? The one on the left? Because that's
Probably.
if you go to the Himawari website, that's like on the first day they started broadcasting. That's the image that you get.
Looks like it.
Yeah, that's the exact first image that you'll get on that
Yeah.
first day Himawari started broadcasting.
Well, pretty much.
So,
Good
go ahead,
times.
Jose.
Shout out to the leaky.
90% of the Earth's population was in sunlight, and they said 67% of the Earth itself was in sunlight. So if the sun's
Yeah,
rays
because they
can see
included the
67%,
twilights.
or even 60, or even 50%, then why can't the Himawari? But we already know that Himawari ain't a real picture. But look at Australia
Really?
here. Look at Asia sticking out up top. It's sticking out to the halfway point of Australia, or maybe a little further.
Yeah.
But look at the
Are you at
Himawari.
the same altitude as Himawari?
Lined up, the edge of
I bet you're not.
Asia's lined up with the west coast of Australia. So it's just too big of a mismatch to me. If it was off by a little bit, then I might accept it. But to me, it's way too much to
My, oh
explain.
my.
As far as 1/3 of the Earth is all we could see. They say celestial navigation works perfect on Google Earth. Well, why do they keep having to update Google Earth, for one?
Why did they always choose the shittiest quality picture? The lowest quality pictures, right?
Yeah, you could have picked one with less cloud.
Yeah, it's a trend. Choose the least amount of details so you can build struments and misunderstand shit.
Did he say why do they have to keep updating Google Earth?
They could have picked any one of the any day from the 8 years it's been there.
I wonder if he realizes that we build things and we change road systems and all kinds of stuff changes around the world.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think it hurts to update the thing once in a while. It's actually pretty handy. You can go back in time and see, the way things have progressed.
yeah. Like when I first moved to Hawaii, the house that I moved into wasn't even built yet. So when I went to the map, it was just dirt. And then like 2 years later, they finally updated it. Showed the house, showed my car parked in the
Let's
driveway.
finish this up. Let me go about 5 seconds. It's just a few
Perfect
seconds.
on Google Earth. Well, why do they keep having to update Google Earth, for one? And for two, why didn't Himawari match it? Maybe they're both fiction. Maybe they're both just projections.
Shout out to the leaky. That's funny.
Leaky is just so confident that he makes videos of being stupid.
Yes, well, I think it's directly proportional to their ignorance.
This is this image that I got up is from Tiny Captain. He took this image of a globe in a hotel room once. The same camera, but at a different distance and aperture.
Don't Leaky has a globe?
Yes, he does have a globe.
So, what's his story? The distances we say the satellite is. Scale it to your globe, take a picture, and see if it matches.
Yeah. But he needed a tiny camera.
I found the thing that Brian Mabbitt said I faked.
What did Brian Mabbitt say you fake, man? Come on. Why you faking shit? Why you faking shit, man? I'm on it. I'll share it in a second. Let me set it up in my end first. There's no audio, right, on this one?
Well, I mean, wind, I guess, but
okay,
probably nothing else.
Yeah, I'll mute it. You guys don't have to do anything. This is the video that Brian say that Doof is faked.
Definitely it's fake. You see how jerky it is because it's not a continuous video?
Yeah, it's 8 seconds. I'm gonna loop it. Looks a tiny bit laggy because of the way it's shared, but all right.
Yeah, because he was completely adamant and very sure of himself that the amount of surface area and the details that you see on that surface won't change in proportion as you get closer to it. And this obviously shows that that does happen, and so it had to be fake.
Yeah, it does. Look at the bottom side, this curved line and the sticker underneath it, the brand, little square brand or something. These two.
This makes me suspect Brian never played basketball.
Good times. How about you, Shaik? You play basketball?
A little bit as a kid, I guess I did.
Ask me, Shaik.
Did you play basketball?
It's not about me, Shaik. It's not about me. Go on.
Oh, chemo's in the house. It's not about me.
That's so fucked up, man. So wrong.
It's not about me.
Let me ask you all the questions about you, but remember, it's not about me. Don't ask me about me.
But whenever he's there, it's always about him.
Yeah, he makes it about him. What's up with Flassoid? Did he get his computer set and is he inviting people over Discord, or do you have to pay to talk to him?
Probably still got to pay. Don't know. Tend to ignore the crap.
Shame on that. Shame on him. so fucking wrong.
Well, he's only doing what a lot of them are already doing. They'll say, "Oh yes, I'll debate you, but you've got to pay me X thousand pounds, dollars, euros, what have you." You know, like anybody's going to waste their money to talk to these idiots. We don't want to do it for free.
Right. They do that because they say their time is valuable, but
Right.
But zero other people outside this community, I mean, even with people within the community, for a lot of them, value their time at all. So
I have one message for Blue Marble Science. M. Stone says Flatzoid is a genius. And I put Blue Marble in the spot to agree or disagree with M. Stone.
Flatzoid is a genius. Is that what you said?
Yeah, M. Stone said Flatzoid is a genius.
M. Stone said Flatzoid is a genius. How long do you plan on going with the show today?
Oh, man.
This could take an hour or two.
what did he say? He said there's an X and Y relationship, therefore it must be linear earlier.
Yeah, right.
Jesus Christ, the dude.
Well, did you see his latest, one of his latest videos where he inverted the damned X and Y axis?
Well, yeah. When he drew that circle, he said X will be longitude and Y will be latitude or something. I mean, how the fuck is that?
Yeah, he's got the x-axis running vertically.
It doesn't. The funny part, though, is you can't just call one of them latitude and one of them longitude.
No. Absolutely not.
That's not how that works.
I sent him a little love note and told him it makes him look really inept when you can't keep it straight in your head that the x-axis is the horizontal one. I mean, technically, you can make it whatever you want, but you're turning everybody's head upside down.
But he can make that, Blue. He can say those things because he's just him behind the camera in his channel without opening to any challenge whatsoever. So he can do whatever the fuck he want to say, He can do whatever he want to do, and he can say whatever he want to say. He's being smart in that way. He's a genius in that sense, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Not being challenged.
Yeah, he's been trying to follow up on Brian's Logic's argument about where nautical miles come from. Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good direction to go in.
Oh,
no.
It's a tricky one. Go ahead.
Yeah, their explanation is a nautical mile is a nautical mile because it's a nautical mile, and that's why.
Ta-da! Magic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, earlier, Flatzoid said, let's see, there was confusion somewhere about nautical miles and minutes. And let me go find it before I misremember it.
Oh, yeah.
Flatzoid and Arwin are both geniuses. Flatzoid and Arwin in the same sense because they just don't allow anybody to go and talk to them live in their own channel and show because they don't like to be challenged. So whatever they want to say, whatever ludicrous claims they want to say, they will always be right. Sorry, Larry, go ahead, man.
They hear minutes and seconds, and they think that totally screws their head because they immediately think that's time. Wait a minute, time? Minutes and seconds? What?
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you notice how Brian's Logic perpetually is going to say minutes of degree.
Which is okay because, that's not a big deal because when in doubt, you always say arc seconds or arc minutes.
Right. Yeah.
I'll give him that one.
I can get along with that, but minutes of degree, I told him, I said, how silly would it look to you, Brian, if I said right now it's 6 minutes of hour past 5 o'clock? Does that sound like a? You're pretty sure I'm talking about time when I say it's 5:06, right? Why do I need to tell you that the 6 is minutes of an hour?
But again, it's not uncommon to say arc minutes. So
No, it isn't. Yeah, okay. It isn't uncommon to say arc minutes. I don't think I've ever heard anybody call it minutes of degree.
Farmers, are you playing with the squeaky toy? Wasn't that supposed to be for the puppy?
I
No,
don't have any squeaky toys.
That's Joker. He's playing with a squeaky.
He's playing with a
I
squeaky
thought
toy.
I thought that was from Farmers Boys, and what the hell?
It weren't me.
I saw you lighting up.
I don't know why my light's constantly lighting up. Let me make some fiddles.
Yeah.
Let's take my mic down a bit.
You don't bother me, Blue. It wasn't bad. It was just curiosity. I thought it was Farmers Boys.
Joker's having fun.
Yeah, he's in there having fun with his squeaky bone. He wants me to come throw it. Actually, what he wants me to do is come fight with him.
Oh, what kind of dog is that?
A large black one.
Labrador. Labrador?
He's part lab, and he's part Staffordshire Terrier.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, they're smart dogs, man. Hunting and everything, man.
Yeah. You got to put him on a diet. He's up to about 100 pounds. He ought to be more like 80, but well, he's happy.
Yeah, we used to play in my aunt. She had a white Labrador female dog, and she was like 8 or 9 years old. She was older, always loose around, loose in the. She was never like leash, with a leash or nothing. She used to just sleep in the house. It was stray dog, and she stayed with my aunt for like all her life. So it was my aunt, but he was free in the neighborhood all the time, hanging around. She was, and she was smart. We used to go swimming in a little hole, whatever natural hole of and we used to play dead and whatever, like help, and she used to drag us. But sometimes, she was dangerous because she grabbed us by the neck, whatever she can grab to get us out of the water. So we used to mess around with her, and then we'll start throwing little pieces of sticks and pieces of wood and trees. But she used to drag like heavy, like big ass logs, used to throw them in the water, and she just jump and drag them to the shore. Smart and strong dogs, man.
Found it. It was in another server. That's why I couldn't figure out where it was.
All right.
And yeah, it was related to the thing you were saying, Blue.
You want to read it? Can you read that? Doofus?
Well, I can't do the accent, but I mean,
Yeah,
what Blue was talking about, we can just divine constants like 60 nautical miles per degree without having any explanation. And then he says, false, Blue, and you know it. It's called minutes of degree, which Blue was mentioning earlier. 1 degree is a minute of arc, and that's the thing I remembered, and is 60 seconds, and thus equivalent to 60 nautical miles. It's angular distance measurement given a linear distance over a horizontal plane, which is an absurd statement anyway. But yeah, the 1 degree is a minute. That's the thing that really stuck out to me, because that doesn't make any sense.
He screwed it up. If you read what he says, he's claiming 1 minute is 60 nautical miles. It is not.
Right. The
1 minute is 1 nautical mile.
You want to do a direct comparison.
Yeah, 1 nautical mile. And we don't bother going to seconds with latitude and longitude. Just going to tenths of a degree, tenths of a minute is good enough to identify which window pane in my house you're talking about.
Ahem.
Right, Larry?
Ahem.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're in latitude and longitude, when reading the seconds, if you look at the decimal point of seconds, you can read them as hundreds of 1 second is 100 feet. So if you have something, 51.26, that's like 126 feet, and then you got some 52.0. Now you know it's about 75 feet between them.
Larry, what do you do?
What's this linear distance over horizontal plane?
Yeah, it's nonsense.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I am geometrical and arc seconds and illiterate, but still makes no sense. I understand when it's explained the correct way. And I don't understand nothing. None of this makes any sense to me.
Right, but it's not because you're illiterate, it's because it doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, that's right. I might be illiterate to retain the information to explain it to somebody forward, but I can understand it somehow. I can grasp, most of the information that is been given in here, and I listen to it, and I'll try to make sense of it. But this, whatever Flatso is saying, this comment is just not right.
Well, if I'm overly generous, I could say that he's saying that the relationship between the angle to the celestial object and the linear distance traveled works on a flat plane, and then he's not coming up with any justification for that statement.
I saw the Bev crew walking over the icon science that made the forms that Bev should feel, and he never did. Anyway, they are looking at the diagram of the risers, and I don't know why they stuck to the distance between them. It says he's not talking about the distance between them at all, and there will be a great difference between the bottom distance to the top distance. Really? How much?
Yeah, I misspoke a while ago too. Larry's perfectly correct. A second is about 100 feet, give or take.
Yeah, a tenth of an. I was just running it. Yeah, a tenth of an arc minute is 600 feet. So when sextant work, if you're in for a tenth of a mile, that's hair splitting.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get with navigation, if you pinpoint your position within 500 feet, my God.
and that's in latitude. It is 1 second's 100 feet, and that's very close. In longitude, to get the length of a minute, you scale that by sine latitude.
Right.
So if you're 60 degrees north, 1 minute is a half.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That brings up another interesting point. I did ask somebody who proclaimed to know about trigonometry if they could recite off the top of their head what the sine of 30 degrees is, and they could not.
Huh.
It's a very basic aspect of how trigonometry works, and they just could not.
Very quickly off topic, I just want to share my sentiments in relation to the image that I'm sharing right now. This is the image that have made more sense to me in the argument of pineapple in pizza, Canadian pizza, whatever you want to call it. Pineapple might not go on pizza, but does pizza go on pineapple? I'm just gonna sleep on this, and this just made my day. This image right here. Thank you, smart people, for asking the hard questions. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry, that was off topic. That's me
great.
problem.
All topics are on topic.
Couldn't come up with a sign of 30, huh?
Yeah.
And these guys speak like they're experts, and the experts are wrong. And when you give them something like a right triangle question, they say, well, let me get to my triangle calculator. Well, you know, where I come from, if you're using a website to go figure a right triangle, you've lost.
How dare you?
Well, for the ones who claim to be experts, yeah.
Yeah, and there's plenty of professions where that's entirely true. If you can't do a right triangle, at least know the relationships on off the top of your head, then that profession is not for you.
But you always need the right triangle, right? I
No.
don't know. I looked at the sign law and I didn't see no right triangle there.
What Truth Nerds is doing is giving me a headache because he's typing these equations, which I would love to read or attempt to read one of those, but I just can't. I don't understand shit of what any of these symbols and how to read the equations. Sorry, I'm equation illiterate today. And yesterday, and it will be tomorrow again, just in case. Sin. How to do a sin? How to sin? In a calculator, yeah, there's a button to do sin, but what if I want to understand what sin does? Can I do that in a paper? Can I understand the concept of sin in like writing, breaking down the problem?
Which sin? One of the 7 sins?
S-I-N, sin,
Yeah,
30
sign.
degrees, sine, S-I-N, sine, yes.
Yeah. They shortened all of the basic trigonometric functions to 3 letters. Like it would be sine, cosine, and tangent would be sin, cos, and tan. So when you see a button for it, it's just sin, but there's actually an e on the end of it. It's sine.
Yes, but when you do an equation, I press that button. There's an equation. That button, that sign, means as an equation on its own, right?
It's a
value.
function.
Yeah,
it's a
it's the
function.
value of the angle. So in a calculator, you type in 30 and hit the sign. It'll give you the sine value of 30 degrees. And then with that value, you can continue your calculation.
So
and back in the day,
but what? Yeah, what if you can do? Can you do that by hand? Find the sign.
no, that's a little tedious. Back in the day, before calculators, you'd had a book on your desk. It looked like a phone book, and you just looked them up. I mean, it's not something to calculate a sign from scratch. That's a calculus function, and it takes a lot of paper.
So most of the professionals, most of the people that use these calculations, these symbols, the signs, COS, COS, and all that stuff, they actually might not know how to break it down if they didn't have a calculator or a computer to do the problems.
No, they're just using the calculator to retrieve the value.
Right.
If they had to do this, if they had to solve this problem without a calculator, without a computer, they probably wouldn't know the answer, the result. They probably wouldn't get the result, right? If they didn't have a calculator or a computer.
Well,
there are ways.
No, they would write the formula. They would write the formula out, and then calculating it. You use the calculator, which will retrieve the sign value for you.
So what I say, without a calculator, they wouldn't get the result, whatever they're looking for. In summary, yes.
There are ways to come up with the answer you're looking for, to whatever precision you're looking for, using an infinite series, but only as much of it as you need for the level of precision you're looking for. And there are people who do, although these are odd people, who know the way to construct that series off the top of their head. So there are people that do indeed know how to, without a calculator or a computer, compute a sign to varying levels of precision.
Yeah, like if I got a multiplication problem and I want to do it fast and I want to get the results very accurate, I use a calculator. But if I didn't have a calculator, I can do that. I can break that down by hand in paper and find the result. It's going to take me longer, depends on how complicated it is, but still. So with the sign and the cost, it's almost impossible. Just a handful of people, if anybody that we might know.
Well, as I said before, before calculators, you had the sign values was in a reference book on your desk, and you looked up the value every time you needed a value of a specific angle. So,
shout out to Earth is Life with a $2 super chat. Just ask Clive Wells. Clive Wells knows how to resolve that? Maybe. Impressive. And
Yeah, most people.
I'm not shitting on them, I'm not shitting on them. It's just,
Yeah, most people don't even need to think about the theories that you can use to reconstruct those values by hand, because we have that convenience where we don't need to do it by hand, but it is at least possible.
That's Jose. That's what we used to have to use. This is my father's old Cambridge 4-figure mathematical tables, and you'll see on the index there. You've got, this is where you'd go to look for, sines, cosines, tangents, secants, log tables, reciprocals, all that sort of thing. Of course, this dates from 1946. So it's 3 years younger than he. I have to say, it's a very delicate, well-thumbed book.
the impressive part is that it has the sign values, but it has log of sign.
Yes. This is how you used to do things before you had calculators, computers, things like that. I do have a slide rule somewhere as well.
My first job, there was a Peter's trig table book sitting on the desk.
Yeah, or Smoley's.
So calculator just retrieves the value, but yeah, you'd still be writing out the formula and then looking up the number for sine of an angle. But in the calculator, that just retrieves it for you. But mentally, I still wrote that formula down on paper. I use a calculator to go through the formula I just wrote.
Shout outs to everybody on YouTube land. Please like the video, share the show, give me money, and join us in the Discord server Daily Boom. Nerd Alert shared a formula here. Anybody understand this formula on screen?
Yeah, it's one of the infinite series you can use to calculate the values of a sign for any value.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that was so difficult. Yeah, it was so difficult that publishers would have somebody go through, calculate each and every single one, and then put it in a book and then sell the book for a lot of money.
I don't like it. It looks very complicated.
Yeah,
but at least possible.
It's a Taylor series.
Yeah, admittedly, calculus is not fun, but before calculators, that's how it was done.
By the way,
go on.
By the way, does anyone know what superficies is?
What a superficies is?
Mm-hmm.
That's a Bevtard word for surface.
Right.
Yes.
Bev holds a translation from Latin, probably, that has superficies, and he's sure that that's the word Euclid used. Superficies. I don't think he did spoke Latin at all.
Probably not.
Right. If it sounds like a word that really smart people would know, and they want to pretend to be really smart people, they'll just use it, even if it's the wrong word.
Bev has a habit of doing that. Because it is listed as an archaic word. He likes to use archaic words that have fallen out of fashion sort of at least 100 years ago.
Yeah, but
Because
not
it
only
makes
it's
him sound clever. In his ears, it makes him sound clever.
not only it's archaic, it began to be used 1800 years after Euclid died.
Yeah.
Shout out to Marcus Dresden. Do as Marcus Dresden say. Give me money. And insiders say that that's his wallpaper in his living room. The equation on screen right now. Boom.
I mean, things have advanced. I've still got charts in a folder that I used to use at the start of my career that I can now do exactly the same thing with an app on my phone. So, strangely enough, I tend to do it using the app on my phone because it's easier and quicker. But there was a time when that just wasn't an option.
This might help the audience with the spelling.
Superficies.
The Merriam-Webster says it's a surface of a body or a region of space.
Oh,
Right.
Space is fake, though.
Noun. The next word says archaic.
Yep.
That means nobody uses that term anymore.
Correct. But
now the word surface. Do you know how it's translated in Spanish? I'm going to add an S in plural, surfaces. Do you know how is that translated in Spanish? I tell you right now, the word in Spanish is superficies. And that's how you pronounce it. So it's exactly this word, superficies. That's the translation in Spanish to surfaces.
right.
On an only surface, the translation is superficie without the S. There you go. That's a Spanish word to me.
If you try to Google translate it, it will always find Spanish as the source.
Google Translate. Google Translate. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna type superficie, surface. I'm gonna add an S, superficies, surfaces. Told you. And it sounds like this.
Superficies.
Superficies. Yep. How about that?
Can you translate it to Greek? Let's see what it sounds like.
This word, superficie?
Yeah, instead English to Greek.
All right. It sounds like this.
Επιφάνειες.
Epiphanies.
Επιφάνειες.
That's probably what he wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Shout out to Google Translate. Always my good friend.
That's just Bev trying to create the illusion of intelligent life inside his head.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah.
In English, we don't use that word. We use
no.
surface.
Yeah, surface. That's the word for in English.
Doesn't mean we don't know what it means. I knew what it meant. We just don't say it.
Well, Bev doesn't know what the meaning of horizontal is.
That's true.
Yeah, I have a question for him. What does his auto level does when there is no clear sight to the horizon? How does it find horizontal?
Yeah. Yeah. No carpenter has to open a window and look out and find a horizon to level a table, right?
Right.
All right, we got it.
There's only vertical. Every tool everybody uses finds vertical and gives you 90 degrees to that or not.
We have a
tried to
triangle on
mention that.
screen shared by Thurston. He says sine of 30 degrees worked out using, and then he shared this to figure out the sine of 30 degrees.
Yep.
It's just a pretty triangle with numbers and letters written in it. Yeah.
Yep. All the sides are equal, so of course the side that's split in half is half of 1. And so half divided by 1 is half. And that's how you get the sine of 30 degrees using no tables or anything. No tables, no calculators.
60 is a bit harder.
Yep. Square root of 3/2 doesn't just roll off your tongue and
Wait, doesn't it change linearly?
Yeah, that number is 0.866 if I remember correctly.
yeah.
I think everybody that took geometry knows 0.5, 0.707, and 0.866.
Yep.
And without a doubt, the way sine is taught is through the unit circle. So it's the XY position along the circle at a radius. So sine is an X value, Y is a cosine value.
Yeah, correct.
I just want to read a comment. I want to read the comment by Marcus Dresden. The comment is, let's see. Marcus Dresden says, and I quote, "Wir sollten denen nicht sagen, dass Oberfläche quasi dasselbe wie Oberfläche bedeutet was?" Truth nerds. Thank you, Marcus. Very good question. I have no fucking idea what I just said. And the accent, I mixed the Spanish. The reading is reading whatever language that it in my Spanish pronunciation. Love it.
I was focused on Sagendas.
How did I do, Marcus? From 1 to 10. 1, you understood nothing, and 10 you understood everything. How did I do? Asking for a friend. Slow day. Yesterday, I enjoyed very much the UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC 270 something. Kamaru Usman fought for the championship, and if he won that fight, he will be the best fight and winning over 16 fights on a row, 16 fights in that weight class, and defending the championship 6 times in a row. So yesterday, he was so close. First round, second, third, fourth round, and the 5th round, when it was 1 minute left to the fight, champion was winning. He was getting there. He was gonna break the records. Most fights won on a row, most championship fights defended on a row, and he got head kicked and knocked the fuck out in the last minute of the fight. He was so proud. Everybody was already writing the obituaries for the contender, the challenger, and the motherfucker, the challenger, just pulled it off his ass. He threw a head kick and he connected it right, across the face. He knocked the shit out of the champion. He was good upset. I enjoyed the fight very much. I bet people was already standing up to leave, like, oh, this is kind of a little slow, boring. The champion is winning, yeah. And then that kick came out of nowhere. Boom! Sounded like a baseball bat hitting a concrete floor, bro. Solid. Very good. Very good ending to the fight. Yeah. I love them, UFC, bro. Ultimate Fighting.
I'm not sure if you caught the actual number, but there was Marcus gave you a number. It was 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I just saw that. I don't know if I want to believe you that it's 7 out of 10, man. reading reading in Spanish, whatever I read. I used to read like that in the beginning English, like reading English with my Spanish accent, like pronunciating like the Spanish words, just reading English. And I cannot do that anymore because now when I read the English, it is just, I mean, I know how to pronunciate most of the words. If there's certain words like sin, sin, S-I-N, you see that word, I haven't read it out loud. So now I know it's sign, the way you pronounce that three-letter word in the equations. But if I never heard it before, if I never read it, I just read it as I read it in Spanish. Sin.
There'd be no points lost on that.
Right.
If you knew what it meant, I wouldn't have called you out, in conversation.
Well, I would. I'm an asshole.
It's good. It's good. And yeah, I'm being corrected once or whatever. Like, no, this is the way you pronounce it, and that's it. Just move on. If I want to, I mean, I should be able to catch up, and just retract it and fix it myself. Now, if you are rumpus, that's another story.
We didn't get the lesson on why it's pronounced that way or what the origins. Or which lord or lady came up with the idea or something.
And then, and if I say it again, sin, you will yell at me if you're the rumpus. No, you sign! And the more you yell at me and try to correct me, the more I'm going to repeat it the wrong way.
But to be clear, the way Bev uses sign is a sin.
There you go.
Wait, that's new to me. Bev uses sign?
Yeah.
It's sign. And then you got this.
I have not caught Bev using any trigonometric functions yet.
Yeah. If Bev has to write down the sign of something, he spells it with a G.
Yeah, Brenda asked him if he know what how would the sine graph look like. He didn't know what the fuck he's saying.
Now ask him what a cotangent is. Or secant.
There is a tangent, but cotangent?
Yeah, it's upside down.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
inverse.
and cotangent, secant, cosecant, those are pretty arcane.
Well, you can use a secant for very useful things.
I know, but I have rarely seen secant used in anything published in the past 40 years. They'll say 1 over sine or whatever it is, 1 over cosine. They'll say that.
Yeah, secant is cosine. Yeah.
Roger that.
And cosecant is sine.
They all got co.
Now, can I put mango on a pizza? It's kind of, I don't know.
Put anything you want.
You mean pizza on
No, pineapple on pizza, right? We got pineapple on, chunks of pineapple on pizza, which I just hate. I don't think it goes together. So I can just put mangoes on pizza too. Little chunks of mango in a pepperoni pizza. Warm it up, heat it up, and eat it. I think it will taste better than the pineapple actually.
Look, what I know that this pineapple help digest meat. So if it's pepperoni, definitely go for pineapple too.
What about watermelon?
I don't think it helps to digest meat.
Peaches on pizza. They start with P, the pronunciation P, both of them. Peaches on pizza. If peaches, then pizza. Therefore, peaches on pizza.
Well, if you got a pizza with ham on it, then I think pineapple goes pretty good.
Hello, Flatlander. Are you new? Flatlander is asking, is asking Chaik a question. Flatlander asks Chaik, here's a question. Where is the curve? Chaik, you want to answer that?
Right there. Look right there. It's there.
Right over there.
That's the curve.
It's over there.
Yeah.
Damn.
When I usually respond to this thing, I usually say like, okay, so the surface of the Earth is getting in the way of something in the distance, and then the responses I get back are so absurd every single time, and they're always different. Like, okay, so you don't see something in the distance? No, that's not what I said. The surface of the Earth got in the way. No, it didn't. Like blanket denial the whole time.
Absurd as in ludicrous.
Yeah, if they want to argue away sunset and the South Pole, you're done. That now you've reached an immovable object.
Yeah, immutable.
What's in the middle of the curve? Is there a hump?
Ask Simon Terrell.
Does anybody know what's in the middle of curve?
More curve.
Yeah.
You sure about that? Is the letter R in the middle of a curve?
You need R for that.
Yeah, in the middle of curve, there's R.
Can you prove it?
Yes.
Cube.
No, the R. Can you prove the R?
Yes, I can prove it right here. Okay. There you go. There you go. Okay, you got 5 letters. C-U-R-V-E. In the middle of curve, I take 2 letters to the left. I take 2 letters to the right. In the middle of curve is R. There you go. Proven.
It's true.
Boom.
Is that the same in Spanish?
No. Yeah. Yes. Yes. The R is in the middle of curva. Yeah. It's with an A. The word in Spanish it ends with an A instead of an E, and you just pronounce it different. Curva.
Oh, so it's feminine, huh?
Yeah. Yep. La curva.
As it should be.
Indeed. Ponce. We use that. We use that joke in Puerto Rico with Ponce. What's in the middle of Ponce? And people are like, oh, well, you got the La Cruz del Vigía, you got the castle of the castle of Ser Reyes, you know, some old little castle in Puerto Rico. Or you got this town. I said, dude, you're just thinking too hard. It's like the N. It's the letter N in Ponce. You know, that town or whatever. It's just a silly thing. We got a super chat. The curve is in the middle of Aristarchus. RT96 for a $2 super chat. Moo. Shout out to RT. $2 super chat. Aristarchus.
Drink. As
Okay.
above, so below.
I have a comment for you guys. Balanced Truths says, no clue. Water in the way or earth in the way equals visual effects. Can somebody translate this for me, please? Thank you. Invents.
Well, I just think it's funny that it's
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, you mean the same effects you see if you see it by the road and cars that are passing and blocking your view every once in a while, those effects.
Yeah, and it's as if when we see the surface of the Earth is in the way, that some sort of special effects department was hired specifically to do that.
I think what he's trying to make out is arguments from one side or the other side cancel each other out, and nothing makes any sense or something.
Yeah, the last conclusion there, so nothing makes any sense. That's probably it.
All right, guys, we're gonna switch it a bit. And now that we have that comment, I found a few more comments in the past few days in some flat earthers chat boxes around. So we're gonna go to the first, and this one is by Thunder Chicken. Thunder Chicken says he's tagging somebody. MRM. Certain person had some good footage of the second sun not long ago too. Seems it appears twice a year when the angles are right. So somebody had good footage of the second sun, and it seems to appear twice in a year when the angles are right. Your thoughts, guys?
I've never seen any evidence of two suns in any photographic evidence or mathematical evidence or any kind of evidence.
You just close your eyes and you don't see anything. Yes, there's evidence for two suns. Caught on camera.
The only comment to make on that is anyone who says there are two suns is batshit.
Yep.
Let's ask No Thanks. No Thanks. What do you think? Two suns or not? You heard of that?
Yeah, Doofus told me there's two suns.
No, I didn't.
Doofus, is that true? Why you lying? No Thanks. Damn, off the gate with a lie, bro. Not good.
He implied that there was two suns.
Nope, didn't imply it either.
When was it?
Did you imply there was two suns by saying there might be two suns? Is that what you're saying?
All right, we're gonna move on. Next comment. Next comment we have Shiva Shampoo. Shiva Shampoo say the heart is not a pump, and yes, the shape of the heart is involved in the vortex. Is that true?
No.
Anybody that knows about heart? I have heard the heart acts as a pump, but I haven't heard about this vortex.
It is a pump.
It is a pump and it's not heart-shaped.
And what vortex?
That's just a poetic cluster of words. It means nothing.
Pump would imply pressure. So
Yes.
Well, it's coherent until the pump, and then it gets messy.
Why do you think you have blood pressure? Because there's a pump inside your body pumping blood around.
It's a 4-valve pump, and it doesn't resemble any kind of heart shape.
No.
Just wanna go back to the sun, the second sun, very quickly. Tiny Captain has a great point because he doesn't even have a first son; he only has a daughter. That makes sense, man. Yeah. Made me rethink all the second son argument now. Next comment we got over here. Flat Earth coin. Flat Earth Triple C says giants roamed among us and still do in hidden land. Who wants to take that and give me how you really feel about this comment about giants roamed among us and still do in hidden land?
Well, dismissed because this unfalsifiable.
Well, no, it is falsifiable because...
no, it's not. Because the land is hidden. How are you going to falsify it?
Yeah, but he says they roam among us, and the giants who roamed among us actually come from the islands in the Mediterranean, and they're actually small elephants, with skulls, and that's why you get the cyclops and stuff.
Oh. Yeah, now you're assuming. Now you're assuming, right?
Not assuming that this is where it comes from.
How do you know those the giant he's talking about?
Because these are the bones that they've photographed and put on the internet, and it's
Who is they?
Small.
Who is they? Tells you. You start to sound like flat earthers. They?
Yeah. The people who have made these videos about giants among us, and the bones, and look at they've found them, and it's actually small elephants from the islands ancient bones that were found on islands in the Mediterranean.
How do you
They
know?
called them that's where the myth of the Cyclops came
How
from.
do you
know what I
know?
mean?
He's talking about
Because
those
they
videos.
know that this is where it came from. You know what I mean?
How do you know?
This is just got to read shit. You know what I mean?
I know that I don't know anything about what he's saying, and it's unfalsifiable because I can't find anything that's hidden.
Shout out to the feedback. The stream looks good and it sounds excellent. Good. I
It sounds
misread
great.
this. I misread this. Giants roamed among us. I don't know how do you say that word. Among us.
That's what I'm saying. The stuff they say among us, and it's actually small elephants from islands in the Mediterranean.
It's
that
not
are found
among
there.
with an A. It's umong or umong with a U.
You see, we don't know even what umong means.
They can't spell English.
It's the
You know?
past.
But look,
Past
you
tense
are
of among.
assuming too many things there. You assume you know it's a typo. You assume a lot.
I know too many things. You're quite right.
You know. Right.
I know too many things. You're right.
You know it's a typo. You know it's from some video you saw.
No,
That's how you falsify.
This isn't just from videos. This is from stuff I've read about.
Umong.
In my 60 years of life, it's stuff I've read about.
No, you talk to this guy.
It's not new stuff on YouTube. This is stuff that people.
Did you talk to this guy, Tess?
Oh my god, this is stuff that people wrote about
I don't
in the
care there
1800s.
is
You know what I
stuff.
mean? Oh my god. Yeah.
I don't care that there is stuff. Do you know that it's the stuff he's talking about? She's talking about.
Yeah, it's the same stuff you're talking about.
How do you know?
Because it's the same stuff.
The origins of people believing that there have been giants with us before, all that stuff has many different origins, unfortunately.
Yes, they found ancient bones and stuff, and a lot of them, are ancient bones from before we had, the animals on the islands. So it's stuff that dug up and found. You know what I mean? And
Is there evidence of giants that roamed among us? Is it the mountains that look like elephants and the landscapes of the earth with the mountainous terrain that look like dragons and shit? Is that what they mean?
what do you think dragons were? You know what I mean?
And then the hidden lands, where they are, where they at? If they're hidden, how do we know that they got hidden land? Who is them? I mean, how do we know that there is hidden land somewhere?
Well, we don't have hidden lands. That's like just what people say when they don't know anything. They say, "Oh, these things came from a hidden land beyond the mountains and stuff." And every culture has got that, you know.
All right. Next comment. Big Blue, if you are there, I would like you to give me your thoughts on this next upcoming comment. If you're not here, then Doof is after you. This comment by Salted Cedar. This stuff is interesting. Looks like I might have another rabbit hole to go down. Blue, any thoughts on that? On a flat earther saying, this is interesting. I might have another rabbit hole to go down. Doofus, what are your thoughts on that, man?
I mean, I've had several rabbit holes that I've followed and chased down to try and find out more information about something, but I mean, and given this probably came from flat Earth content, I'm guessing this dude's just drinking all the Kool-Aid.
I mean, what stuff are they talking about?
Anything. I think it depends where your background depends where you're coming from, right? If you are, I don't know, like let's say Earth is life. We're gonna use him as an example. Very busy man, working all the time, and he hang out with us. If he find a rabbit hole to go down to, if he finds something new, he gonna go down the rabbit hole for maybe half an hour, maybe an hour. Let's say 2 days, and he just go for half an hour. He said, this is bullshit. Then tomorrow he remembered, let me look it up again a little bit. And maybe the day after he said, like, all right, last chance. that's a rabbit hole, normal rabbit hole when a human being can go to. We all should do. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you just spend 3, 4, 5 hours all the day looking down this rabbit hole, you start believing the shit that you read, and then you go back tomorrow down the same rabbit hole, keep digging and digging and finding more bullshit, and you start believing it. Then you start talking to people. You start just affecting your personal life for it. That's the negatives that lots of flat earthers go down to. That's the path that I don't recommend anybody to go to. Use any rabbit hole. Use anything that you hear, any bullshit that you hear. Yeah, go down the rabbit hole for an hour or two. Nothing wrong with that. That's my thoughts. What do you guys think? Is that fair?
Well,
I
a
don't know.
rabbit hole doesn't necessarily imply or require bullshit. Like the rabbit hole I was mentioning earlier, like I went through, researched the lineage of various Unix-like OSs, which is, I mean, there's history there, and it's true, and there's a bunch of stuff about the decisions made to arrive at where we are now. But I mean, at the end of it, it was largely harmless specifically because I didn't spend so much time on it that it hurt my ability to do other things.
I still don't know what you're talking about that you went down and arrived at. You've said lots of words there, but you've not specifically said what it is that you were investigating.
Any rabbit hole. Let's say Bigfoot for you, Thurs. Let's say Bigfoot. There you go.
Well, not Bigfoot, but I mean, let's talk about mud floods. You know what I mean? Oh, they found buildings with you can look down and they've got like a lower floor, like a basement floor that you go down, and they thought, well, that was on the level, that was on the street level, and then the mud floods came, and now those buildings are down below, and I was like, how do you make that? How do you claim that and make that out?
I don't
Okay,
know why assuming flat earthers. This looks like someone who's not going to go down the rabbit hole because he's aware. He's aware it's a rabbit hole.
Did you hear what I said there about mudflood people?
Thurs on to you, Shaik. Thurs on to you.
Yeah, no, I did hear him. I just don't understand this.
Okay, right. So people say that there's a mud flood, and we've got buildings where you have to go downstairs to get to the basement, and those floors were on level ground before the mud flood came, and then people had to dig out their basement and put stairs down to it, and it's like, that's obviously fucking crap. People just dug into the ground and built fucking basements. You know what I mean?
Well, I walked in a perfectly new building that has underground parking lot. What's the problem here? It's not you that we build part of the buildings underground.
Yeah, but mud flood people say that no, they were on the level earth, and then the mud flood came and filled it up. You know what I mean? That's why they're underground now. You know, and that's a rabbit hole you could go down. You know, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, we got to address this comment by Gary Waybenga. Gary Waybenga says, giants were the offspring of the fallen angels who mated with women. The fallen angels genetically modified animals, reptiles, and birds, which we called dinosaurs. The fallen angels genetically modified animals. Are the fallen angels genetically modified animals, or did the fallen angels, genetically modified animals? Because then why there's a comma after animals? Because you mean that reptiles and birds are not animals? They are all animals, right? So there's a comma missing over here. There's something that the fallen angels genetically modify animals, reptiles, and birds, which we call dinosaurs. Any way you can see it is so much bullshit in this statement. Your thoughts, guys?
So dinosaurs shagged women and made angels or something. What?
Are angels genetically modify animals? If I put a comma over here after angels, the fallen angels genetically modify animals, reptiles, and birds, which we
Yeah.
call dinosaurs.
But what I'm saying is, what, dinosaurs shagged women?
No.
Are you sure?
Fuck's sake. Angels came down and mated with women. That gave us giants. The fallen angels also genetically modified animals, reptiles, and birds into what we think were dinosaurs.
So
I mean,
reptiles
apart
and
from the
birds
fact
are
he's
not
got that
animals.
totally arse about face.
Correctly.
But reptiles and birds, are they animals? Reptiles and birds.
I wrote it correctly. If I would have put the comma in like you wanted, it
So,
would
okay,
have
so-
been wrong.
So the fallen angel genetically modified three
No,
things.
the fallen
Three things.
angels genetically modified animals. If I would have put
Okay.
a comma after the fallen angels, then it would have sounded what you were trying to make it say.
Okay.
I didn't put the comma there because it didn't belong there.
The fallen
Yeah,
angel
right.
It makes perfect
genetically
sense.
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
sure it does.
It's such a
What
problem.
do you mean by-
Wait! No, I'm
Written
confused. I'm
correctly.
confused. Are there three kinds of things that you talking? Are you talking about three things?
No, I said the fallen angels genetically modified animals. They
So the fallen
manipulated
angels
the
are
genes. They
are the fallen
modified
angels
them.
genetically modified animals? Are the fallen
Okay,
angels?
there's no comma there. If there was a comma there, then it would say
Perfect.
what
So
you're
the
trying to make it say. There's no
okay.
comma because it
So-
says it clearly says
Perfect.
the fallen angels genetically modified. Just like today, I can say
Perfect.
scientists are
Yeah,
genetically
the fallen
modifying
angels
animals.
genetically modify animals, comma, reptiles and birds. So there are three types of things: modify animals, reptiles, and birds. Are these three different types of things? Because animals, you didn't have to mention reptiles and birds because reptiles and birds are animals. You didn't have
No,
to
they're
add them
not.
up.
No, they're
Yes,
not.
they
They're
are.
not animals.
Reptiles and
They're
birds are
different.
not animals. Gary
Okay,
Venga
they're
2022. There you go.
They're not. There's mammals, there's reptiles, there's birds.
We're animals.
Yeah.
They're all animals.
Gary thinks that birds and reptiles are not animals. Thank you. That's
No,
good.
they're not. A bird
Are they,
is
are they
nobody would call them
vegetables?
animals.
Are reptiles and
They're
vegetables?
Oh,
Am
can I
I
ask Gary a question? Come on.
completely different.
Gary, what are fallen
Just like
angels?
fish are completely different.
Gary, what are fallen angels?
Just what it says.
How about mollusks?
No, I don't
The
know
ones
what it
that
says.
rebelled
It
and
says,
sinned against
it
God.
says fallen
and
angels.
went with Satan.
What did you read about it?
I've got a
Hold
huge
on.
job.
Tess, I'm talking, Tess. Thank you.
Sorry, mate.
Just a
Sorry.
quick question in between. Are mollusks animals? Mollusks, or are those a separate brand type of
No,
thing?
they're not animals.
Mollusks are not, or amphibians. Amphibious are not animals either. Right, I'm not asking anymore. I got it.
So,
Go
where
ahead.
did you read this?
Yeah, there's different
Gary?
classifications of all these things. A mammal would be an animal.
Gary,
Wow.
focus. Where did you read about this?
Find it in the Bible.
Bible. Bible says fallen angel.
Yes, it's in Genesis
Well,
chapter
okay, can you
6. Read it. Genesis chapter 6.
Hold on. I'll open Genesis chapter 6 and I'll tell you what it says.
I know what it says.
No, you don't.
The sons of God came among the women and took women from the men.
Oh, wait. We talked about fallen angels.
Yes.
Now you
They
say
were they
sons of
rebelled
God.
against God. They were the ones. Yes, they're not sons of God. All angels were called sons
No,
of God.
no.
Whether
You're
whether they were the
speculating now.
rebelled ones or the ones who didn't rebel. It doesn't matter. They
Who
were
gave
all
you
called that.
this idea? Who gave you this idea?
It's in the Bible. You can find it all.
Where is this in the Bible?
I just
that
told you
they
Genesis
rebelled?
6. Read it. Read it, dumbass.
It's not in the fucking Bible.
It's in Genesis 6 and plus many other passages that say the same thing. The giants were all through the Old Testament. That's why the flood came. It was actually to destroy all the genetically modified people and animals.
Okay, so the fallen angels mated with women, right?
Yes.
My God.
And their offspring were called the Nephilim.
Can you
And
shut
they
the
were
hell
called
up?
the mighty men of old, men of renown.
Can you shut the
Which is
hell up?
probably where we get all our Greek and Roman mythology from.
Oh my God. Why can't these people just shut the fuck up and let somebody talk?
Why can't
I
you?
wasn't done.
Talking.
I can't even get a fucking word out. He's fucking talking over me.
Calm
Okay.
down before you have a heart attack or a stroke.
Fuck off.
Or
No,
behead.
I don't need to say it now because you've proved your fucking point.
Well, you're gonna
It's
have.
been
You sound like you're ready to have a
bullshit by
stroke or a heart
Shut
attack. You
up.
need to calm down.
How about
fuck
stop
you, you know what I
fucking
mean?
talking, Gary?
Relax. It's a Sunday.
Right, you could
Relax.
act more adult in this situation, Gary.
Yeah.
I'm not the one screaming.
You're talking over people is not some childlike thing
And
to
nobody
do.
talks over me. I know nobody ever talks over me. Never,
Because
never
you don't
happened.
ever stop fucking talking.
No, no,
Yeah,
Gary.
none of you ever.
You
You can
talk
play back
over
any show,
everybody,
you guys
and you
are all
think
talking
they
over
talk
me.
over you. Of course, they talk over you when
Okay,
you
well,
start to talk over
Mikey,
them.
you found where it is. It's Genesis 6.
Romans.
Plus, I can find
Yeah,
numerous other
I'm
passages
there.
that
I'm
imply
there.
the same thing.
I'm there. בראשית פרק ו', פסוק ב', ויראו בני האלוהים את בנות האדם כי טובות הנה, ויקחו להם נשים מכל אשר בחרו. I'll translate this for you. And the sons of God, or gods, God in plural.
Yeah, God was always plural.
So, and the sons,
Trinity.
so the daughter of the
They
humans,
took from themselves
yes,
daughters among men.
that they're good, and they took them to wife from all they chose. Now, where is it says
And then
that there were someone
keep reading, don't
expelled?
stop, keep reading. What were they called?
ויאמר אלוהים לא ידון רוחי באדם לעולם. There's no mention of them anymore here.
They were called the mighty men of old, men of renown, right?
Nowhere it says
there were giants. They were
where it says
giants.
they are fallen angels. They are sons of God.
Yeah, the sons of God were all. Even Satan was called the son of God. Son of God. All the angels were called
you're
that.
making you shut up. No, you make. It says this in the Bible, but I'm going to say it's this. Is what they say. So you're making shit up. Right? I can't argue with you
It's all
people.
it's all in the Bible.
Shut up,
They
man.
have the
You know what I
myths
mean?
of the giants all over the place, all through history, in every country, all over the world. We've had these.
So
they were there.
My question is like this: who made sons to God?
They're just called sons of God. They weren't born.
Oh,
he created
what do you mean? He
called
created
them sons. He called them sons.
So we're sons of God.
All the angels were called that. Just like
what do you mean? He created them. He created us. We're sons of God. We're sons of God.
Yeah,
how he created them different than he created us.
It called them something, right? It called them something. They made it with women, which means they are other than man. They were something different than man, right? Because it specifically is identifying group that was different than man.
We got a super chat. I gotta read. We got a super chat. I gotta read. Truth Nerds for €2 super chat. Shout out to Truth Nerds. Unquote. I can't dance. That's a quote. And that quote is by Genesis 1991. Shout out to Genesis 1991. I can't dance. I like that, man.
Yeah, I like that.
Very appreciate it.
So they identify the sons of God, mean they're not man, and nor it says they were created by God. Are you speculating here, Gary?
No, it says just what it
says.
says.
Are you speculating? They're fallen angels.
I can find you a whole bunch more verses if you need.
Go ahead, find me where it says there are fallen angels.
All through the Bible. Will you admit the Bible says there were giants?
Where?
Will you admit that the Bible very often says there were giants? The whole Old Testament was when they went from Egypt into the promised land of Canaan, they were battling giants.
Where does it say it in the Bible? Which chapter?
Yeah,
which chapter verses say there were battling giants when they came into Canaan?
Go through all of those.
No, where does it say in the Bible they battled giants when they came into Canaan?
David and Goliath.
The chapter and verse where they battled giants, not one guy battled giants, you were saying. No, where does it say it in the Bible?
David and Goliath is the first one. You can take that. That's very easy.
Well, that's one guy fighting one guy.
You're
not talking in any sense.
Because of the size of the people in the land that they had to go in, that they were told to go conquer. They were scared because they said that we look like grasshoppers in their sight.
That could also be the case of like there was many of them compared to us. You know what I mean? It's got to do with the size of people. It's got to do with multiple people. You know what I mean? What the fuck?
They're literally modifying everything nowadays. They're modifying cows nowadays.
Gary, Can you?
They're modifying all kinds of animals, just like they did. Nothing changed.
We're not
There's
talking
nothing
about
new under
today.
the
We're
sun.
talking about your shit
What
about the
was
fucking
will be
Bible. You know what I
again,
mean?
and it's
What you
happening
say
again.
the
They're
Bible
literally
says. You know what I mean?
modifying
And, you know,
shit.
oh my God! Every goddamn time that you people talk about the fucking Bible, you fucking twist everything into fucking shapes that I can't
What did I
even
twist?
fucking
What did I twist?
recognize.
What did I twist?
Thirst, you mad, bro?
You said
Yeah,
you
he
said
needs to
fallen
calm down
angels.
because he's
I'm
gonna
not
smoke out.
that pissed with these people.
Gary,
We put up with them
Then
fucking
they'll
talking
find out there
shit.
is a
You know what I
God.
mean?
Gary, you asked a question. Why are you talking? Where does it say there are fallen angels? Says sons of God. Nothing about no fallen angels.
There's all kinds of passages.
Where does it say they
I'll make a
rebelled?
list. I'll make a list of them.
Gary, go
I'll
and
make a list
find
of
it
them.
now.
I'll post it in human censor. I'll post a list of them.
All right, hey, I got a super
They're all
chat.
in
Let
the
me read this
Bible.
one.
It's all through the Bible.
Just give me a few seconds to read
Where?
this super chat and we'll move on. Please, guys, please. Let me read the super chat. Larry Scott with a big $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Larry, for the $5. I rounded up to $5. To be clear, we gotta be clear about this. Birds, reptiles, fish aren't animals. So is an animal live bird only? So egg-laying animals aren't animals. Gary asking for a friend with that.
That's what I said. You're the one who tried to classify them all as animals, not me. He should be correcting you, not me.
So egg-laying animals aren't animals. Egg-laying creatures are not animals.
No, not necessarily. You have some that are mammals that lay eggs.
What?
You
What?
have like
That is-
the platypus. You have several things that do lay eggs.
We're learning the more we know.
They are
Yeah,
still
platypus.
animals, Gary.
Okay, name another one.
Those are animals, yeah. Those are animals, yes.
Name another one besides platypus.
I know there's a couple more, but I can't think of them off the top of my head.
I know you
Mollusks.
can.
Mollusks like
Okay,
crabs,
well, am I right?
lobsters,
There are more.
crabs, lobsters. You know the mollusks.
No, those aren't animals.
Not
Oh,
animals.
yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Marsupials.
Oh, yes, they are.
Well, a marsupial is a platypus.
Spiders,
You gotta-
not animals.
No. Platypus is a monotreme.
Okay, a platypus is an animal. It is a mammal.
You don't have
The
to be a
monotreme.
mammal to be
What's an animal?
It's a
Can you
mammal.
define it?
A platypus is an egg-laying fucking mammal. You know, it's an
Animals aren't
animal. You
just
know what I mean?
mammals.
Do you
Maybe
know?
it wasn't a platypus. I know there's several mammals that do lay eggs.
Oh,
I
thank
see-
God!
I see how Gary has it
listen
holds
to
his
fucking
beliefs.
someone
I
who
can't
knows
think
You're a
of
shit.
level of
Yeah.
derp today, Levlane. You're a level of derp today.
I see how Gary holds his beliefs. He just rewrites everything to fit his definition.
Yeah, well, what is
Uh,
definition
it's a
though? We
bird.
didn't hear it. I'd like
It's
to
a
hear definition.
bird.
Yes,
Just
come
wonder,
on.
it's a bird like it says in the Bible. You know what I mean? Fuck me.
Snakes aren't animals. They lay eggs.
Yes, they are.
Gary, what
are
are
reptiles.
animals? Can you
They're also
define
animals.
animals? Can you define animals for us, Gary?
No, he can't. Clearly, he can't.
Or find the definition
Okay, here
of animals.
I can Google. The one guy called them monotreme. That's what they are. Egg-laying mammals. It says
N-
egg-laying mammals.
Fuck's sake.
What about
Egg-laying
animals?
It's
What
about a
animals?
bird, like it says in the Bible. It's
He's
about a
fucking
bird.
listening to himself.
Did
Mammal is a subset of
he
animal.
say something? I didn't understand him.
Is about a bird.
No, it's a mammal.
Yeah, it's a mammal, and yet in the Bible it calls
But
it a bird.
it's also a flying thing, and that's including amongst.
Well, the Bible
Flying things,
isn't
even though it's not a
fucking,
classified bird.
mistake
It's a
reading,
mammal.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, I was right. The platypus does lay eggs.
It does weigh,
Yeah,
and it's a
it's-
fucking mammal
it's a neat-
that weighs eggs.
It's neat.
And in the Bible, they call fucking bats birds. So,
They did.
is the Bible fucking
Yeah, it's a flying
inaccurate?
thing. It depends on the translation you look at. Just flying things doesn't matter.
What a moron.
You're
Well,
you're
well, we
screaming
got
at
we
me
can move on
following
out here,
five.
but to recap in one sentence, Gary says that many animals aren't animals. Thank you.
It's true.
No, I said animal. Birds aren't animals.
Yes, they are.
What are
And you don't
animals?
reptiles. They're not animals.
What,
like
my
mammals.
microphone doesn't work?
Different.
Is my microphone not working? Gary, what are animals? Can you define them for us?
You go
No
for it, sir.
mammals. We don't want the
You're
definition of
me.
mammals. We want the definition of animals. No mammals. Animals in general.
I'll let Jackie tell you.
It's pretty
No,
simple.
I haven't made any claim about animals. You did.
Yeah, an animal and birds aren't animals; they're birds.
Okay, define animals now.
Oh dear.
I love it.
An animal would be a mammal, warm-blooded.
So why
They
we
live on
classify?
land except for whales.
Hold on. Why do we classify animals as mammals if they are already animals that are mammals? Huh?
Because we have they're different than birds and reptiles and amphibians.
But they are
and
not
mollusks.
animals. They are not animals.
Crustaceans
So
are
I
not
know
animals.
they aren't. I know they aren't. That's what I said from the
So
beginning.
why
It's so
do
data.
we?
It's confusing
Why
you.
would define an animal that's already defined as a mammal? Why do we need another definition?
What did
to
I
something we already
reclassify?
have?
I didn't reclassify anything.
Yes, you did. You say
What did I reclassify?
animal is a mammal. Why do we need the
That's what
two
I
words?
said. Go back and listen. That's exactly what I said.
Right. I'm saying that's what you said, and I'm saying
It's a-
why do
You're
you
trying
need
say
to
I'm saying
say?
something different. That's exactly
Why
what I
do
said.
you need to classify animal as a mammal when it's already classified as an animal?
No, because I wrote animals. He wanted to know why I wrote animals.
No, I want
Because they're
you
separate
to
from birds and
classify.
reptiles and amphibians and mollusks.
But they're already different. They are animals and they are birds.
Birds are not animals.
Why do we need the other word mammals for them?
Okay, what are you trying to get at?
I'm trying to get.
You have nothing
You
here.
say,
You really
listen,
have nothing.
listen.
Correct.
I know I
wrote
have
my
nothing.
sentence correctly.
I
didn't
have
put
nothing,
a comma
Gary.
because one didn't belong there because there are differences. The
Gary,
angels,
Gary, I'm trying to
the
talk
angels
and you just
modified.
babbling. You
If I
just
would have put the
babbling.
angels, modified animals,
You
comma, modified
just
animals,
babbling.
that would have been saying that
Gary,
all of
you
angels were
need to
modified
let
animals.
me
That's where the
talk.
whole
You
argument started.
can't hold the
Jose was
microphone
confused and got it wrong.
indefinitely and say nothing. What I'm saying is that you already classified animals, birds, whatever, whatever things else. Now you say, I'm asking what's an animal, you say a mammal. But you don't need to reclassify it. It's
If you
already
look
classified
online,
as an animal.
birds are actually classified
Why
as
are you
reptiles.
talking when
funny.
I'm talking? Gary, why are you
funny.
talking when I'm talking? When I stop talking, you can start talking and answer the question and not go on tangent. So why are you classifying animals that are different than birds as mammal? What for?
Can somebody interpret what he said? Because it's not making any sense.
It's not making any sense, Gary. That's why I'm asking you.
No,
Why
Jesse,
do you
you're
need
always
to say?
confused. You
Why
never
do you
make
need to
sense.
reclassify animals as mammals?
What did I
Or they are
reclassify,
already
Jesse?
classified as
What did I
animals.
reclassify?
Animals.
What did I reclassify?
You reclassified
I didn't
animals. And you
reclassify
said,
animals.
I asked you to define animals, and you said mammals. Why do you
Yes.
reclassify them? What are mammals?
That's not reclassifying. That's an animal.
It
a
is.
mammal is an animal.
What about birds?
A mammal is an animal again, and you reclassify it as a mammal. Why? What for?
And you're swallowing flies.
What you differentiating
No, that
the
sentence. Have you
mammals
heard that
from?
one before? Have you heard
No.
that one before, Chaiki?
I didn't
You're
hear
straining
that.
at gnats and swallowing flies.
I never heard those nonsense. You're the first. I give you that.
It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible. Therefore,
Training
if
it
it's in the Bible,
swallowing
then I
flies.
buy.
That's what
You know,
you're doing.
and then I buy.
You're making a mountain
Because
out
you
of
know,
a
in the
molehill.
Bible, the rabbit chew its cud. Do you know it? That rabbits chew cud, or is it new to you?
I have no idea if a rabbit chews a cud. I don't have rabbits.
Well, go and ask someone who has rabbits.
Well, does it? And what's that got to do with
I've
anything?
read the Bible, and the Bible
What's
says
that got to do with anything?
birds.
What's that got to do with
It's written in the
What's that got to do with our
Bible,
argument?
Gary.
What's that got to do
Gary,
with our
it's
argument?
written in the Bible.
And so, what does that have to do with our argument? What does chewing the cud have to do with
You
anything?
said you said me
Talking
to go and
crap,
check.
and you know that's why we're picking on you.
I want Chaiki to answer. What does chewing the cud have anything to do with our argument right now?
Again, you sent me to check something and see that it's written in the Bible as it is as if it's an evidence for anything. And I brought you nonsense that are written in the Bible. So why are you sending me to the Bible? What for?
What did I say that was nonsense?
What I said is a nonsense.
Okay, what
Rabbits
are you
do
talking
not
about?
chew
Rabbits
their cud, but in the Bible they do.
You don't
So
make
there's
any
lots
sense
of
whatsoever.
nonsense. I'm giving you an example of nonsense in the Bible. Why you
Charlie
send me
Welch,
to
better
a book
delete
of
and
nonsense?
Going nowhere, Taiki.
Why do you send me to read the book of nonsense?
We got a super chat.
Well, you
The
think
cows
it
are
is.
mooing.
Super chat, Gary.
The cows will
think
be
it is.
mooing. Super chat by RT96 for $5. Thank you, RT. The concept of animal is completely over Gary's head. Also, completely overhead, Gary. Whoa! It's completely over Gary's head and also completely overhead, Gary. Dude, that brought bad memories. Shout out to RT. Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful mementos.
Can I just say it's easy to list what aren't classed as animals within the animal kingdom than what is. Bacteria, single-celled organisms, plants, and fungi. They're not
Exactly,
animals.
yeah.
Just about everything else is within the animal kingdom of classification.
But not just that. The Bible classifies bats. In the Bible, bats are birds, and they're not birds. They're mammals.
It says bats are birds, and it says that rabbits chew the cud, and they don't. So
Exactly,
well,
but
it isn't exactly
in the Bible they say that any animal that chews the cud is halal, but any animal that doesn't chew the cud, like pigs, which is why pigs are not halal and they should be eaten by people in the Middle East. You get that from the Bible, you know what I mean? It's a load of fucking shit, you know what I mean?
Insects. Insects are the most diverse group of animals ever.
Yes, they're most definitely within the animal kingdom.
It's the more like wildly. There are like thousands, maybe millions of different types of insects. They're all animals.
Yep.
100,000 years ago, most people were eating insects as probably 10 or 20% of their protein intake. You know what I mean? If they wasn't near a coast or a river, you know what I mean, or a lake. Yeah.
I really don't know what you mean.
We used to eat insects, and a lot of people in the world still eat insects as one of their main protein.
We know.
Where and when did you learn that the Bible was a science book, Gary? That's an honest question.
Who said it was a science book? But where it speaks of science, it's correct. Just like it says the Earth is a circle, not a brown ball. And it's flat. It's flat. It calls it the broad plane. It's motionless because it's fixed and cannot be moved.
Just like we see, nowhere in the Bible that says flat.
There's mountains and valleys that give it texture.
It never says in the Bible
water,
that
it's 70% water.
Tell me the chapter in the Bible where it says that, the earth is flat. One chapter where it says the earth is flat.
You can find all kinds of talks where it talks about the earth being a broad plane. And then you can find plenty of verses that say it's fixed and cannot be moved.
It doesn't mean
destroys,
right,
which is totally against your flying, spinning pair through space.
It's just the Bible.
It doesn't matter. Right. You're just scientists.
Oh no, we prefer reality over fiction. Oh,
well, science gets things wrong all the time.
All right. Well,
many times they've been wrong and they've changed many times.
That's science.
Right. The excavators
get things right. They have to change their mind all the time because they're constantly getting things wrong.
Yeah, that's how science works, I'm afraid.
Okay, so you trust science, but you know they get things wrong all the time. So, okay.
Well, we don't get them wrong all the time. We're not the shape of the
Earth. They get things wrong quite often. Quite often.
Oh, right. And you're going by the fucking Bible.
Well, here, I'm obviously in the dairy industry, and I've had the big animal science coming out. And they were talking about. I was talking to them about putting cows back out on pasture.
All of this is out Trump.
And they said, no, you can't do it because cows have been in barns too long and don't know how to graze anymore.
We've heard this story before.
That's a scientist. Those are animal scientists. They're supposed to know these things. But you let a cow out of the barn out into a grass field, what does it do?
And you
it's like
think
a lawnmower.
Is flat, so you ain't got much to go by.
Well, it is flat.
No, it's not.
It's got texture.
No, I'm
Got
talking about
mountains,
the shape,
valleys.
not the terrain.
But the water, when it's undisturbed and contained, is flat, just
But
like
we've
see.
got things in orbit around it.
They're flying around. That's no problem.
Yes,
fly
they're in
around.
orbit around the spherical planet.
Yeah, they fly around the circle.
And excavators move the unmovable Earth all of the fucking time.
God, you're
To
such a
flatten it out so they can lay out their buildings and stuff, right?
Oh,
Right, and so that
Just
Earth
one
that's
flat.
unmovable certainly seems movable. I'm just saying.
Come on, that's completely different than what we're talking about. When he
No,
fixed an
it's you
unmovable beam,
choosing
it's
how
not
to.
flying through space. That's not moving a dirt pile. You're
Right,
so
it's just interpreting
Aren't you the
words
same-
how are. It's interpreting words how you choose to interpret them, but regardless
No,
of what
you
other
just did
people's
that. You
what
just did that.
regardless of other people's interpretations, your interpretations must always be correct because you think you're correct all the time, Gary.
You just changed the words because you wanted to make it say something different than what it says. When it talks about
No.
mixed and
Earth is movable.
unmovable,
There we go.
and then you try to say, "Oh, we move a dirt pile. It's not unmovable."
Well, the Earth is
Earth.
definitely
You can't
movable.
move the
We
whole
can
Earth.
move it. We do it on a
You can't
daily
move the
basis,
whole
Gary.
Earth.
Don't
Let me see you
don't
move
rule
the
out
whole Earth.
earthquakes. Yeah, don't rule out earthquakes.
Earthquakes don't move the whole Earth.
Oh yeah, the
They're
earthquakes are
localized.
definitely the Earth moving. Yeah.
They're localized. They're not moving the whole Earth. It's not sending it flying through space.
Yes, everywhere on Earth you can detect an earthquake from somewhere else.
And it's still in the same place, and we're still sitting in the same place.
That's
No
your
matter how many
opinion.
earthquakes we've had, we're still sitting in the same spot.
Right, but that's your
We're
opinion.
not flying through space. That's all hocus pocus,
That's your
baloney.
opinion.
Except the South Pole
Imaginary,
exists, and we
it's just an
rotate.
imaginary thing that you make up a map for because that's what you
your
want to think.
opinion.
Is the South Pole
No,
fake?
it's like all the Big Bang. Even the Big Bang now is being scrutinized by all your scientists. Now they're saying, well, it wasn't a
It's
Big
always
been
been scrutinised.
Is
Was it a
the
Big
South
Bang?
Pole?
always-
Was it a Big Bang?
Hold on. It was
Why are you arguing
always
with this fucking
scrutinized from
dipshit?
the moment it was discussed. From the very beginning, it was
Well, your
scrutinized
chief- your
by
chief high
multiple
priest says
people
that
from
it came
multiple
from a Big
disciplines.
Bang.
All of the Gary, it's really hard for you to hear when you're talking. It's been scrutinized by multiple people from multiple disciplines ever since it was came up with. Everybody's been looking at it.
Okay, tell me, what do you think happened? How do you think it came here?
How do you think what? How do I think what
No, how do you think
specifically?
the Earth came here? How do you think the Earth became what it is? Big
The
Bang?
matter in the universe. This is well after
What
the
matter?
Big Bang. The matter
know
in
there
our
was
local
matter?
solar
Were you there?
system.
Let me hear his
I-
answer. I got it. You
I can
asked him, he's
definitely
trying to answer.
hear. Jesus fucking Christ,
He's
Gary.
trying to answer. I want to hear the answer. Go ahead, Doofus.
You should be
Right,
careful saying those
the
kinds of
matter
things
in our
like that.
local the matter in our local area, the solar system, that matter all coalesced together because, as we know through experimentation, matter finds its way towards other matter. Matter accelerates towards other matter.
How?
What do you mean how? That's what we have discerned and what we've determined and
Hold
measured
on.
matter to do, Gary.
Hey, I'm gonna go because I've got family coming out to swim in the pool, so I gotta go. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you guys while family's out here swimming, and it's my granddaughter, so I want to go swimming with her.
Just when it got good.
No, I would like to keep arguing, but I'm.
I know.
Gary, before you go, Gary, a quick question.
No, I'm gonna go right now.
No,
I'm
no,
not gonna
it's a
keep
quick
talking, otherwise
question,
the
really
next
quick,
guy wants
really
to
quick.
go. I'm gonna
Nothing
say
to do with
goodbye right now.
Let him go.
Bye, Mikey. Bye, Jose. Talk to you next time.
Okay, have fun with
Let him go. Let him
Oh,
go.
fuck off.
No, I want to ask him.
No, don't. Just let him fuck off.
Oh,
wanted
yes.
to ask
then.
him. You wanted to ask him. He gone.
No, I still want to ask him
But he's
if he bought the little car.
He's not here. He's not here, Shai. He's not here.
I'm telling you, not him.
Oh, okay, but you're not asking him.
I want to ask.
Don't want to listen to you, Shake. I'm done.
Tess, you don't need to. You could say it after I finish. I want to ask him if he bought the little cars that he had on the table for himself or for the grandkids. But sincerely.
I feel sorry for his family.
I feel sorry for MD who lives with people that think like that. I just do, you know.
Well, he's not. The only person
Hold
he's
on,
hurting
Doofus.
is himself right now, except
Hold on,
for the
Doofus.
people that watch his YouTube videos.
Left lane, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Was he actually? And I came in late. Was he denying that birds are animals?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, that's how it began. He typed a fun comment that Doofus shared, and something about the angels, but then he broke the category into he say something about animals, reptiles, and birds, and I caught up. I asked him like, so do you mean that we took it from there? He said like, no, animals, reptiles, and birds, because reptiles and birds are not animals, and that's what he took off.
Right.
He was saying something about they were genetically modified by fallen angels to become.
Yeah, but I didn't even care about that, even though that's so way off. I just interested in the simplest thing to analyze so we can understand each other. If he doesn't believe that reptiles and birds are animals, and indeed he doesn't believe that reptiles and
He
birds
clearly
are animals.
conflates mammals with animals. He seems to think
Yes.
that animals have to be mammals and that mammals lay eggs.
Well, some mammals lay eggs, like
Yep, two, I believe.
Yeah, a grand total of 2, and they're nearly extinct.
Yeah. As I said, there's only 2 in the model. You know what I mean?
They're most definitely evolutionary one-offs, I think.
And they're almost extinct because of that. Yeah.
As far as he's concerned, everything else that's included within the kingdom of animals aren't animals. Birds aren't animals. Reptiles, lizards, fish, insects, snails, anything like that. According to him, they're not animals.
It seemed like his division was, if it lays an egg, it's not an animal, and if it's live birth, it is an animal. It seemed to be kind of like that kind of division.
Wait, and if it doesn't lay eggs, it's an animal?
Hold on, left lane, your microphone is picking up the breathing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But some sharks lay eggs and some sharks have live births. So are sharks animals?
Yeah.
Sharks are animals. They don't lay eggs.
Sharks lay eggs.
I think spiders are also animals.
Yes. All insects, arachnids.
No, those that don't lay eggs.
Well, there is that slight variation where by dissection, you see that they had the eggs just stayed in a pouch as opposed to being laid on the ground.
But it still doesn't make them not animals. You know what I mean?
I know.
Bacteria.
Especially since birds, reptiles, and fish have like spinal cords, vertebrae, organs,
like I said,
sexual reproduction.
Some that say before, if they're not vegetable, or fungus, then they're animals.
Plants aren't animals, fungi aren't animals, bacteria aren't animals, single-celled organisms aren't animals. I think you'll find just about everything else comes under the
is animals.
Animalia.
Yeah, coral is polyps, but they're still fucking animals. You know what I mean?
It's more than plainly obvious that we have animal, vegetable, and mineral. Right? Jellyfish, animals.
Yeah.
Amoeba.
Coral that is fucking made out of fucking limestone. Still fucking animals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gary was being an extra idiot, and he clung to that like a life preserver. It was bizarre.
Because it's what it says in the Bible, no doubt.
Bizarre. Any more bizarre than what we usually see?
No, it's completely in fitting with the nonsense that usually comes out of his mouth.
Gary's just being Gary.
I feel sorry for his kids. And
Earth doesn't rotate. Earth's not a sphere. Yeah, come on. At that point, it doesn't matter what he says. He's so fucking stupid. It's not worth it. The engagement is only for the entertainment of watching him trigger.
I spend a lot of my time interested in, the origins of man and stuff, And recently I found out that there was, what they think maybe the oldest Homo sapiens, I think we found in, I think it was Morocco, and it's 300,000 years old, and we generally think that man, Homo sapien developed about 250,000 years ago, but 300,000 to 315,000 years ago, That's new, and not in the east of Africa, but in the west of Africa. You know, sorry, the west of Africa in Morocco, and that's something I didn't know about until today when I watched a video about it. I'm not sure because I looked at some of the one structure of it, but it could be a transitional. It could be a transitional Homo sapien, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm kind of into it.
Didn't understand a word he said. I had something about the bone.
Yeah, bones. They were found a couple of 100 miles northwest of Marrakesh, in a cave. It's bones that they're about 300 to 315,000 years old, and they look like they're, Homo sapien, and that's the oldest Homo sapien bone. They're not. I no, they're not totally Homo sapien. They do have some primitive, connotations to the bone structure and stuff. But yeah, they do look like maybe inter-species sort of modifications between ancient man and Homo sapien.
What you talking about? Morocco?
Yeah, in Morocco.
No, I think you can go and see them still these days.
I'm sorry, what?
If you travel to Morocco, you can still see those primitive humanoids there.
You're taking the piss, aren't you?
Yeah, I get you now. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I was being serious there, but no. It's just, I'm interested in, where we all came from, and we talked about, 5 million years ago, they've got bones from, 3 million years ago, and those bones, they're from small 2.5 foot or 3 foot, 3.5 foot, sort of like ape-like, but walked upright. But I'm talking about, the first bones that we can see look like Homo sapien. It's like, I think that the earliest has got is, from other places is like 250,000 years ago. This is 315,000 years ago. It's a new thing that I found and I was interested in. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm not interested at all in bones.
I was surprised just because I had a pizza meme in the background. I forgot I actually have something.
Oh, pizza.
What are the fucking odds?
Did
It
it- did-
was tempting me that pizza meme.
Yeah, it's fucking 20 to midnight. I can't even order a pizza. I'm going to have to fucking go and cook something. You know what I mean? I'm starving. Yeah. You got on late tonight, Jose. You know what I mean? I expected you to be on earlier, but yeah. I've got food. I've got food in the fridge. I can cook it. I can microwave it. I'm way okay. You know what I mean? But goddamn, I want a bit of pizza.
Pizza is great, man.
Super chat.
Did I miss a super chat while I was gone?
Yeah, check Discord chat.
Yeah. Truth Nurse for $5, €5. Sponges are some kind of simplest animals. Sponges are some of the simplest animals. No digestive tract, no nervous and circulatory system. And they still are animals. Shout out to the sponges. Dude, that's great. Like corals. Are corals animals, right?
Yeah, do you know about sponges? There's a fish that likes to live inside the sponge because it's the best place for it to hide so it doesn't get eaten. And there's fish that swim inside the arsehole of a sponge in order not to get eaten.
The difference with the Arwin show is that it doesn't have to be quiet while I eat because there's more people here and you guys can talk among yourself. I'm just here having a snack. When
No, I was
Arwin
just saying,
eats, it's just him eating.
have any of you seen that video where there's a fish that lives in the arsehole of a sponge so it doesn't get eaten? And sometimes two or three of them go in there. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Gets a bit crowded in there. You know what I mean? A couple of fish living inside the arsehole of a sponge so they don't get eaten. That's, I don't know. They probably don't have any sense of smell. I don't know.
Arwin's croissants.
So nobody's answered me. Have any of you seen that video where there's fish that live inside the arsehole of sponges?
No, probably nobody's seen it.
No, okay, well, Google it and then tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, what's so special about it? Koala feed.
I don't think there's anything special about it.
Hold
But
on.
I think it's
First,
amazing. People
first,
will live
you
in
might be
somebody's
amazed.
asshole. You know what I mean?
You might be
Well,
amazed. Well, it depends what you Google. If you Google fishes inside assholes, I mean, I don't know if that's a good way to search
yeah.
things. What will you find?
Is that an
Fish,
asshole or it's
fish
an
that
orifice?
lives inside the
Is
asshole of a
that an
sponge. You know what I
asshole?
mean? Yeah.
Is that an asshole or an orifice that is both asshole and a mouth?
No, fish that lives in the
Yeah.
arse end of a sponge. And I can Google that, you'll
The
come
end
up
of a
with
sponge
something.
that doesn't have to be its ass
No, but
necessarily.
it is its ass. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's the
maybe
whole thing.
both. It may be.
That's how they find somewhere to hide. These fish specifically do it because they can smell the arsehole of a sponge, and then they know where, and then they back in. They back in it with their heads facing out their ass. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
yeah.
there's man.
Google it, man. I'm telling you, Google it, man. It's fucking true. I'm not talking shit. Look it up. You know what I mean?
I just don't know why you're so amazed by it.
Shout out to Truth Nerds.
I'm just saying, yeah, I'm a nerd and I know about fucking nature and shit, and I'm sorry, but it's a true thing.
Shout out to Mr. Victory. Go eat now, man. I know me eating tempted some of you to go eat too. Truth Nerds with a €2 super chat. Sponges have no assholes. He means sea cucumbers. Do you mean the
Okay,
sea cucumbers?
I might mean sea cucumbers, but I think sea cucumbers are actually the same as fucking sponges, and when you dissolve them, that's what you get. You get the sponge from crafty fucking skeleton. Anyway. I'm not sure. Is a sea cucumber and a sponge different? I'm not sure.
I don't know, man. I don't
See,
even know.
even I don't know everything, so I'm sorry, I don't know everything. But yeah, I'm thinking that that guy was correct. It was sea cucumbers, and yeah, but yeah, you can see it on you can Google it and you'll see it. Fish backing up in their asshole.
Oh, this is something, man. Can you guys keep talking about assholes while I go wash my hands really quick? I'll be back.
I'm just saying it. Sometimes I bring to the table things that most people don't know about. I know a lot of shit, right? And it's not always the best shit, but I sometimes bring to the table unusual stuff that you don't know, and you know what I mean. And so you go and check on it, and yeah, I'm not perfectly correct in everything I'm saying, but I'm pretty, I'm in there. You know what I mean? I've got something. You know what I mean? I think you're wrong there. He's got a nervous system. It just doesn't work like ours. Yeah. I think there's a French cheese that's filled with maggots. It's a very rare cheese, and I would probably think that cheese would definitely be considered an animal if it's covered in maggots. You know what I mean? It's a cheese covered in maggots, and people think it's delicious. Person myself, not willing to eat maggoty cheese, but some people think it's delicious, especially rich people. But then their brains don't work like ours anyway. Makes me wonder if you eat that cheese with the maggots on it, do those maggots get into your brain and then start to control you and make you eat more of that cheese with more of the maggots to
It
get
doesn't.
more control over your brain?
No, it doesn't make you wonder that. Come on.
No, I know. I'm just taking the piss, right? You know what I mean? Come on.
I asked my partner in crime, my friend over here, and I told her, "There's a dude in the show. He say there are animals, reptiles, and birds." And she said, and she told me, and humans. I said, all right, all right. So I know we got the humans, we got vegetables, we got rocks and minerals. But listen to these three categories and tell me if there's something wrong. There are animals, reptiles, and birds. She said, the fuck? Animals? I mean, birds and reptiles are animals. And I go like, bingo, thank you. And I just walk away. That's it. Everybody understand that reptiles, birds are animals. So how are you going to break down three categories saying animals, reptiles, and birds as if for three different categories? They're all animals. They're animals for sake.
You read a bad book telling you that things are different from what we know, and then you come on YouTube videos and streams like this and start to argue your point about all these things are different and individual because they're not the same. That's how we get here.
Right, but Gary's not using the Bible as a science book. He says,
But he is.
kind of missed the whole section on electronics. I totally missed that.
Yeah,
Right.
I missed the whole point of infection and stuff. Washing hands and stuff. Yeah, missed all of that.
I got two comments I'd like to read. Balance Truths is in the chat box. He says, I have a question none of you will answer. How do you curve a perpendicular?
What, sorry, how do I what?
How do you curve a perpendicular?
We could prove him right by not answering the question because the question is so utterly absurd.
I have no idea even what that question means.
Well, I
Well,
gotta
how do
follow
you
up.
curve a perpendicular?
I gotta follow
Well,
up.
I'll
in that
tell you.
comment.
You
Go ahead.
smash it with the balanced truth head.
Hmm.
I got a follow up comment to that question.
Well, I've just got to say,
wait, there's. I got a follow up comment for that question. I'll simplify it. A perpendicular, a 90-degree angle. How do you change it from perpendicular? Both arms are perpendicular, no bend. Woo!
how does God make a rock too big for him to lift?
Hey, you're going off topic, Thurs. We're talking about perpendiculars and balance street.
Yeah, but these are religious people. Let's face it. So let's.
But no. I gotta stop you, Thurs. This comment
I'm
and
sorry.
this
I'm
argument
sorry.
have nothing to do with religion. How do you curve a perpendicular? And he say a perpendicular, a 90-degree angle. How do you change it from perpendicular? Both arms are perpendicular, no bend.
Okay, how do you smash an unbreakable rock?
That has nothing to do with the topic. If you got a different topic as an answer, better just retract it and hold it inside. Use your inside voice. Now, if you don't have an answer to the question, everybody does. We'll just stay quiet for a minute, and then you guys can move to a different topic because this makes no sense to me. That's my answer. These two comments make no fucking sense to me. I don't understand them.
I'm going to start with the presumption that certain people think that perpendiculars are bending, but that's not. I mean, you're just starting from nonsense.
How do you curve a straight line?
Well, there's lots of ways you could curve a straight line. I mean, in physics, if you bring a straight line close to, say, heavy gravitational field, like a black hole, it
before
would
you
curve.
continue,
You know what I mean?
before you continue, there's no physical straight lines.
Whoa, I got some money on PayPal. $754, $7.54. I wish it was $754. $7.54 from Dennis Whalebone. Lemon is a lemon. Shout out to Dennis Whalebone with a comment. Lemon is a lemon.
Tautologies are true.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Whalebone, Dennis. Big time.
I would still say if it's perpendicular as a physical object, like a bar or a huge, gigantic length of something.
If one write a question badly enough, you can pretend nobody knows the answer. I think that's a balanced truths angle there.
Oh, it's perpendicular, not an angle. We want to start.
His approach to the topic is if he type a question bad enough and just all over the place, then he will pretend that nobody knows the answer to his question. That makes no sense.
Right. Yeah. And then I was trying to make a foolish joke off of your use of the word angle.
Make a pun. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I was trying to put into the physical, and I was probably wrong because it is a linguistic thing. So yeah.
I don't know how to play with words. I play with my balls sometimes, but not with words. Did I have to say that? No, I didn't. But I did. Somebody dropped as soon as I mentioned my balls.
I hope you don't play with your balls by yourself all the time. I hope you've got someone who helps you play with your balls, and I hope there's a nice female.
I mean, I am the only person that play with my balls. If other person is just messing up with my balls, it's not a game. I ain't playing. Shit. Oh man.
Man, this is getting ridiculous. All right, here I'm
Yeah,
gonna put
well,
another
you
one.
can't help but get ridiculous when people are coming up with ridiculous bullshit anyway. You know what I mean? With all the crap, you know? It's like,
No, I was talking about the balanced truths in the chat. This is getting ridiculous. Here's another one.
All right, let's see what comment we got here. Another nonsense. You can't have a perpendicular to a point. It's a 90-degree angle. To a point is a 90-degree angle. How do you have... You know what? Before I continue, I'm trying, Balance Truths, to break it down, but you're going to have to use periods and commas where they belong, because it's so fucking hard to try to figure out what you got to say, like just, like a robot without stopping. You need to put your commas and your periods separate, the way it should be, all right? You can't have a perpendicular to a point is a 90-degree angle. How do you have an angle to a point that has no parts? The whole line is perpendicular, is equal to the vertical line, which is perpendicular. This is so garbage. I have no fucking...
Right,
Yeah,
he's
that's
starting
what
with the
she-
assumption. He's starting with the assumption that the word line he used in that sentence requires the line be a straight line. He didn't specify.
Punctuation is fucking evil. Some people, the fuck, man. Even me, and people dare to say go learn English when I'm the one of the... If there's 20% in the chat box, I'm the only one using the capital letter in my first word in the sentence. I use the commas and the periods and separation the way it should be. And the motherfuckers there to tell me to learn fucking English when people like Balance Truth don't even fucking know how to type a single comment. Fuck's sake.
There's a good chance that Balanced Truth has the audio turned down and he's just typing in text. Like that's a weird experience to have, but I think he's not responding to anything that anybody says.
I love what Boris Truth taped up here. You can't have blah 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 blah, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I mean?
I'm the opposite most of the time.
It
I
makes
got
sense.
the watch page open to listen to, and I don't look at the chat. I mean, depends what I'm listening to, which is not my own show. Yeah. I couldn't be in a chat box just typing. That's odd. That's weird. That's so 2005, being in a chat box just typing and talking to people via text like that. So
yeah, 2005. You can go back even further. IRC channel.
2000 or whatever. Yeah.
This is what a lot of these flat earthers don't realise. Flat Earth was debunked in the 1800s. You know what I mean? And then, it went away for like 100 years. And then he brought it back in the 2000s. And, and it's like, fuck, you know what I mean? We already defeated you, 1800s. You know what I mean? And you'll come back with the same fucking crap fucking shit you had back then.
Well, you can't defeat something that doesn't know what defeat means.
I'll ask you the same question you asked 10 minutes ago, again and again and again.
Yeah, the first two Balanced Truths comments that I posted were like over an hour apart, and obviously he's asking the same question, and it's been over an hour, and he's still asking the same question.
They've been asking the same question since the 1800s, and we've been giving them the same answer. You know what I mean? And they still don't get it. You know what I mean?
What point is he talking about?
Oh, he's getting froggy. Hold on.
We need a flirt spelling bee.
What is the point he's talking about?
Well, now he's talking to Jose.
No,
he doesn't have a point.
I am talking to him. I say my piece. Learn how to fucking type a comment if you want me.
No,
if you want us to read it moving forward.
when he's talking, you can't have 90 degrees angle to a point. What he's talking about? What's the context here?
He needs to use punctuation in order for me to understand what he's typing. I cannot break my brain anymore. I'm sorry, Chai. I just cannot comprehend. He can talk to you, but I just cannot do it. Sorry.
This is the thing. I mean, in the 1800s, we already defeated the idea of the flat Earth by proving by science. Even in 1800s, we proved by science that the flat Earth was not a thing. And then they started in the 2000s, you know what I mean, going over the same crap. But what they did in the 2000s is they started to change the way that we, look at words, right? So they started to sort of say, well, this word doesn't mean that word, it means this. And, so they had a whole refreshment of, flat earth because they started to redefine what words meant. But we still defeated them in their crap with flat earth. There's no flat earth. It's a globe. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Another nonsense comment by Balance Truths. He say, and I'm gonna read. Jose, do you see what I mean? No one can answer that question. That's what he say.
Yeah, if it
Right.
comes out incoherent, nobody can answer it. It's not really the fault of the person that doesn't answer.
When you get your ass kicked twice, it's time for you to fucking give up. Simple
I got
as
another
that.
comment by Balance Truths. The globe demands the perpendicular to bend. You don't get that 90 degree from vertical. Bend you. That's all that thing. Like bending, like like ooh, bend you. That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't understand what 90-degree
He
angle.
doesn't use punctuation. That's my problem. I'm sorry. I don't even give
I'm
a
not
fuck
even
about the
looking that.
argument.
I'm not even looking that. He brings some 90-degree angle. Said anything about 90-degree angle? When I say 90-degree angle, it can bring up you can't have 90-degree angle. Nobody said 90-degree angle. What he's talking about?
Balanced truths don't like to use commas because they are curved. Flat Earth debunked. Shout out. That's beautiful, man.
You remember, like, no, I don't know
Oh,
if you
Thirst,
know
bro,
this.
wrong timing, man. Wrong timing. I got a good comment to read over here.
No, on you go. On you go.
I don't have to pretend you are giving the example. Each one of you are avoiding it and acting like you don't know what perpendicular is or you don't know what my question means. Oh, man. That's fucked up. It's bullshit, man. I'm sorry, man. You lost so many points with me. I cannot do this anymore, bro.
Wait.
Now, if there's super chats, I will do my best effort to try to correct any typos, any mispunctuations and all of that. I will put all the effort in the world if it was a super chat or a PayPal comment. But this bullshit, I'm trying to read the comments, but when I see something like that, I just not even gonna bother if there's no punctuations, bro. It's bullshit.
Wait,
Sorry, guys.
Jose, what points did he lose? It's like you get 103 points when you join. Where did he get the points that he lose?
When he joined the conversation, the voice chat the other day.
So it's 103 let's say 103 free points for just joining. You have
Yes.
100 and then you start losing or getting more.
Yeah, he started losing points. Yeah, he's down to 10 points now. Another, if he tagged me in any comment or he mentioned my name, like if I was talking to him, he will lose the 10 points that are left.
I remember when I was 8-year-old and I used to write without punctuation, you know what I mean? And then by the time I was 11, I'd learned punctuation. I don't know what age he is. surely he understands punctuation.
He is at a very minimum past puberty because we've heard him live, his voice.
And who the hell is this Route 96?
Oh, RT96.
RT96 is aces.
I mean,
RT.
his last comment there, it depends if it's an exclamation point or a point of an argument. If the perpendicular is horizontal to a circumference, which is really just perspective and thermodynamic declination.
Yeah, he's trolling you, dude. Obviously.
Yeah, thermodynamic. That's good.
Oh
Yeah.
man, shout out to RT.
Yeah, he's I guess I don't know if it's he or she. I guess I've never figured that out. But yeah, RT96 is great at capturing the essence of flat Earth nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
if he's joking, if he's joking, he's joking. That's okay. That's satire. I can see that.
I mean, did you hear what RT96 say about balanced truth not using commas? Why was the reason? Because they are curved, therefore flat Earth. You know.
Yeah.
I think maybe they just haven't learned basic fucking English, you know what I mean?
Well, I didn't know if this. I never seen RT96 before, so I didn't know if he was pulling another. No, it's funny.
That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah, this most recent one that I posted in the chat is another example of just a whole run-on sentence with no punctuation. But he's saying the Earth requires perpendicular to bend. A spherical Earth requires the perpendicular to bend. Oh my goodness.
I don't even know
Okay,
what that means.
that clarifies things. So, balanced truth, you say we can't have angles to a curve. Is that what you say?
Well, it's part of it. He's saying
I want to hear it
perpendicular
from him.
bends.
We'll get to the perpendicular later. Right? We need to start with an angle, then we'll see if we can have a perpendicular or not.
Right. It's all nonsense anyway.
What do you say, Barnes? Is that what you say?
I still don't get why.
To a curve?
I still don't get why these people have got like one whole sentence without any punctuation in it. I didn't expect us to understand what the fuck they're saying, you know.
Maybe the keyboard is broken.
Yeah, maybe the full stops and commas don't work, and you know.
Yeah, maybe they overuse them.
Oh.
Maybe they use too many punctuations. They broke those keys.
Maybe it's because they're on a phone or something, and they don't know how to change from uppercase to lowercase and use punctuation and stuff. You know, they just don't know how to use the technology that mankind has given them. You know what I mean?
I just scrolled back a bit and I found the best advice from Balanced Truths. Perfect advice. I guess if we don't like the way that they type, we don't have to read it. We can just ignore them forever.
Again, absolutely no fucking punctuation. What the fuck? You know what I mean?
So you have to be an English major to type a decent sentence, huh? It should be done in
Yeah.
grade school.
I'm not saying you've got to be an English major, but for fuck's sake, there should be a comma somewhere and a full stop at the end. But come on.
Not an English major, or just fucking high school student.
I think you learn that in grade school, really, how to form a sentence.
If you don't use punctuation, I mean, it's bad. Yeah. Yep. I mean, you can go from 1,000 to 100,000 easy if you don't use punctuation, you know. Or from saying, you can be typing, I love baking, my family and my friends. But if you just don't use the commas, you just say that you love baking your family and your friends.
Yeah, well, or you could, I love baking with my family and my friends. Yeah, but for fuck's sake, don't put an extra word in there, for fuck's sake.
How is everybody?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
You missed the best part, so
Oh gosh, what did I miss?
Gary.
Gary.
Oh,
Gary.
Dose of Gary.
Yeah, he got all Dallas Dave because he says reptiles and birds are not animals.
Oh my goodness. Guess who's over there just creating havoc right now?
Dallas Dave.
Yep, talking about
Oh.
Russia and Ukraine again.
Of course, yeah.
God. I had to leave or I was going to.
Wait. The
Don't go too deep
clone
into this,
invasion
nobody.
is over.
Clone is good, but the politics is not good in here.
I know.
Clones are
That's why I
good
left.
here. Yeah, garbage.
Garbage.
Oh, but I think it's one of the most enjoyable fucking, arguments I've had. Not on this channel, obviously, and I'm not going back, but yeah. And other channels, I love arguing with those sort of people. Yeah.
Not with Dave, and probably not with Gary Wybenga.
Saturday's Day.
Who else came by today?
Yep.
I see No Tanks is here.
Oh yeah, they earlier said that I implied there were two sons. That was funny.
Oh, two sons. One from the east and one from the west?
Yes.
I don't know. I couldn't find it. I posted it here in the chat to see if anybody else could find where I implied there were two sons. Nobody could figure it out.
I've never seen two sons ever.
Hello, Hannah.
Hi.
And Hannah, we were talking about punctuation saving lives. Balanced truth. They want to participate and talk to us, but if you don't put the comma, you're gonna think that we're gonna eat grandma. Let's eat grandma.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Has Balanced Truth come in here?
He is in the chat box. He was here last week, but he's in the chat box. But nobody can understand. I mean, I just give up on trying to understand him. He just put long. I don't know if there are questions or claims or statements. I don't know what it is because he used any punctuation whatsoever.
Speak?
Yeah, I don't punctuate properly everywhere, and I don't even spell words properly everywhere, but I think most people can understand when I type what I mean. And when I speak...
we just can't understand when you speak.
Yeah. When I speak, that's when it gets complicated.
You have the Ozzy Osbourne syndrome. Then you can understand him when he's singing and not speaking.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more comment by Balanced Truths. Calling someone a flat earther is not an answer, is not a defense, and is not a science. Defend your globe. I'm done with that. Oh shit, man.
Oh wow.
And then after that, he says, "Not flat, not a globe."
I told you,
not flat and not a globe.
Non-playable character.
So what is it? Mobius strip?
We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know, and neither do you.
That's a Merle.
Yeah. When I say earlier that I was playing with my balls, I mean, it was kind of an in between an argument, a point. I just wanted to make a point, right? But now Citizen 9 is criticizing me, and he thinks that I wasn't looking at my PayPal because I was probably playing with my balls. But the funny part is that the acronym for PayPal is PP. So I wasn't looking at my PP because I was playing with my balls. What the hell, man? You gave me $5, Citizen 9 in PayPal, saying Balanced Truth is indeed a moron. He's good entertainment, though. Thank you very much. Shout out to Citizen 9 for a $5 on PayPal.
I've got
Nice.
3 metal balls that chime when I roll them about, you know, and I wonder what the anti-ball people would say about that.
I ate pizza, Hannah.
You ate pizza
Yes.
with pineapple on it?
No. I have
Oh.
pineapple. I actually have a refrigerated container with cut pineapple, but I haven't eat that one.
That's so
I
good
like
on
the
top
pineapple.
of
I love it, just plain pineapple and eat it. But as for in pizza, mm-mm.
Yeah,
it's
I'll
good on
wait to
pepperoni
when
pizza
you
with
go.
big chunks of pineapple. Yum.
Yeah. Nah.
No, I like to get like little pots. You know, you got like these little plastic pots with fruit in them, and I like the little pineapple ones, and I eat that. But I can't put pineapple on pizza. No.
Yeah. If you are, let me see, Hannah. If
Okay, I was wrong. He's not typing. He's voice texting. It's
yeah,
he
are you
didn't
watching
broke
my
any key.
Are you watching my stream, Hannah? Can you watch it just for a second?
Oh, outside? Yeah.
No, right. No, in like in here, like I'm sharing my screen on Discord.
Oh, okay. I thought
I'm,
you were sharing the live stream. I mean,
I'm sharing my screen on Discord. Screen share.
There you are.
Yeah. So this is just a few minutes ago. What? Half an hour ago. I wasn't kidding. I ate pizza like live. I ate a few slices of pepperoni pizza here.
That's a meat feast.
And I did it because I was looking at this for too long. And this make all the sense in the world. Pineapple might not go on pizza, but does pizza go on pineapple?
That's funny. That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's funny, like, you know, a pizza on a whole pineapple, no, but that's no.
Yeah, man.
So I had a question about this whole balanced truths thing. So the clarification was made, and I actually kind of guessed this earlier because of the way that some of the words were exchanged for words that sound the same but are spelled different. That he's doing voice to text. Now, if he's already in an environment where he's comfortable saying out loud the things that he's saying, why wouldn't he come into Discord and just say it out loud to everybody else?
Yeah. True that.
Kind of strange to me.
How is it called? It's that they don't want the direct interaction. He wants like a mediator.
A keyboard warrior? Often it's keyboard warrior, but in this case, it's voice to text warrior.
Yeah, it would make a good conversation. I think you should come in and talk.
A lot of them do that.
Yeah, I think we
come in
can
and
understand
speak.
him. I think we can understand it better than Google.
He was here. When was it? Not this past Friday, but the Friday before. He was here for hours talking to us.
Wasn't it just last Friday?
I mean, it
Okay.
wasn't like today's Sunday. It wasn't 2 days ago. It
Oh,
was
right. Yeah,
past
okay.
Friday, past Friday.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, we had like Dan. You remember Dan the man? I mean, and he started off like, no, well, he's real nice, and then by the end of it, he was like totally off the wall, and that's typical, I think, for the flat earthers.
Yeah. It's Hannah's BFF, Dan the Canadian man.
Dan the water can man.
Yeah, the water boy.
But you remember, it was real nice when it first came in, and then it just went off the wall the further we went down the line, Oh, God.
Terse, that's what he does.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
In
he's
fact,
the one
most
that
of the
pushed Brenda
people,
over the edge when she did what she did.
but most of the people in the chat in the beginning of the day, like I'd never met him before, and we all thought, oh, he's a normal sort of like guy who's like, thinking, he kept saying like, I'm not, antagonistic. I think I'm a scientific guy, and then By the end of the day, I was like, this guy is fucking off the wall.
Right. And if you scrutinize the stuff he says a little bit more closely, you'll find out your impression of whether or not he's, kind of a scientific thinking kind of guy goes away very quickly. Because if he says something like, this is little to no refraction, or it's the lowest refraction recorded at, and then he said like negative 278, you get the sense that he actually has no idea what these words mean, or what anything means, really.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But at the beginning, he was being very nice, but he wasn't arguing. He was saying, "Oh, I don't like a lot of the other, flat earthers and all that." But then it became a really hard flat earther killing us all over talking shit. But he went from like, "No, oh no, I'm a scientific guy," to like, "Fuck you, you don't know what you're talking about." You know what I mean? It went from, we can talk to this guy to, this guy is off the level, you know what I mean? Normal flat earther, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Right, and it has to do with the fact that he's talking on topics that he doesn't actually know. And when somebody who does have the experience and the knowledge calls him out on it, that's when he's really offended.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Which is
put him
normal.
up. You put him up against the wall long enough, he'll just lose it.
No, the thing is, he's looking for the truth. That's why he wants evidence from flat earthers. But when we bring the truth, he doesn't like it. He wants the
Exactly.
truth to
Yeah.
be what he thinks the truth is. But he's looking for the truth.
Yeah, he made out his looking for truth, but when we presented the truth, he went off the wall. We're all shells, and we're all part of the government conspiracy. And he went really over the wall. And I was like, what the fuck going on here? I thought he's a nice guy. I was actually believing that Dan could be, somebody I could chat to. And then he went totally off the wall, It's oh my God,
Yeah, too high expectations, man. Waiting for the flat earther to be nice. That's a tricky one. You don't find those too often.
Jose, didn't you hear? Skip the text voice to text app and come to voice chat and talk.
Sí, señor. I moved this table and I forgot now the sun is not going to be on my side for 1 hour or whatever. But it's going to be like right in my face in front. But if I'm in the show, it's good because I can use the microphone cover to shade my eyes, Good. No thanks is here. No thanks. Do you understand when somebody is having either a point, an argument, or ask you a question in chat box, but the person doesn't use punctuation? Is it easy for you to understand what they're typing?
So when they don't use punctuation, yeah, you can figure it out.
Depend on how much bullshit they add to it, right?
Yeah,
Well, I guess I'd have to read the exact statement, but it's usually pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah, I'm Scottish, and occasionally, I'm drunk and stuff, and my punctuation isn't perfect or anything. But I don't think that when I type stuff and that, I'm sure people understand what it is I'm trying to say, and especially when I speak to people, what here, you can at least, question me and say, "Oh, did you mean this?" And I say, "Well, no, I meant that," But the flat earthers, they just obviously are trying to obfuscate and change what they think things mean. And then they argue with you about, semantics and words, and it just gets laborious. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I could disagree with that because it seems like globers have completely changed the meaning of horizontal to fit a globe.
Wow.
of course, it in no way ever meant a curved line.
Can you show an example of that?
No one. Wait, who told you? What globe told you that horizontal is a curved line?
Maybe it's written somewhere. Maybe he can present evidence of that. That'll be cool.
If I'm confused, then I'm confused. But the way I'm hearing it is, horizontal is changing to be a curved line.
No, the horizontal is changing. Period. The level is a curved line.
Yeah, nobody said horizontal is a curved line.
Yeah, the word level is the one you have an issue with. No, the word horizontal.
Okay, well, even the word level is only a curved line when in respects to the globe. It's never a curved line any other time.
It's a constant elevation.
The fuck?
That's what I would argue with, yeah.
Always has been a constant elevation. And if you're only going a couple hundred feet, like across a parking lot, there's so little curve that they're close enough to synonymous.
So level is horizontal, and level is parallel to other.
No,
that's your problem right there. Yeah, that's your problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From everywhere else in the world
Jose
besides
quiet?
here.
Why is Jose quiet?
I don't know.
Because I'm speaking low.
He gets far from the mic.
The thing is,
far from the mic.
If you're talking about having a flat plane of like a 8-foot board, we can understand that's going to be flat on 8 foot. But we're not talking about that being extended out over like fucking 30 miles. I mean, you're a carpenter making a flat board of 8 feet length to make a flat fucking table, right? It's not the same as extending that out over 30 miles and thinking that it's a fucking same thing. It's just not.
Right.
So when we talk, yeah. So when we talk about an aeroplane flying level across 30 miles, it's a completely different fucking thing. You know what I mean? They're conforming to the curvature of the Earth and staying a certain height.
Yeah, this is what I just put forward. This is what I'm saying you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And you're changing it. Yeah, you're changing it.
No.
Yeah,
Listen. Your mind was poisoned by people that strawman the globe.
Yes.
They say we curve the horizontal. No, you can't curve straight lines, right?
Correct.
We talk about the level which never was a straight line, and it is curved.
Can you see the chat?
I'm playing poker on the computer.
So that's a no. Okay. Because 100-year-old textbooks clearly define level as a constant elevation and horizontal as a tangent to the arc of the surface of the Earth.
Yeah, in regards to the globe. Yeah. So what I'm saying, clearly,
in regards to reality, on Earth, on our reality, have nothing to do with the globe. In reality, that's the way it works.
Only in context of the globe.
In reality, in context of the surface of the Earth, it's not about a globe; it's about the surface of the Earth. Right. In reality,
only in context. Listen, I mean, I'm just pointing out the obvious to anybody. Is that you walk the streets of the world anywhere, nobody's going to say, besides somebody who's dead set on the globe or flat Earth discussion, that level curve.
No, because nobody says that when you're talking about the scale of the Earth, about the planet, about the surface of the Earth as a planet, then we got to talk about that. Yeah, we're not gonna be in the dictionary to look for the word horizontal and period. We got to look for the word or for the word level, just in layman's terms, just separated from everything else. You got to talk about level. If you're talking about the surface of the Earth, it's going to be a different definition from the word level if you want to use a spirit level or talk about a table on your kitchen or something.
What is your sample size? No, thanks.
It doesn't matter. So what I'm pointing out is very clearly that you guys understand it as well, and you guys are agreeing to it right now.
Agreeing to what?
Your only horizontal only bends, and it has to bend.
No,
when talking about. the
No.
globe.
Zero
Horizontal
of
is
us
horizontal. You're
agree.
still conflating the word horizontal and level. Speak the correct words. If you're talking about level on the surface of the earth, then we're talking about something. If you want to talk about horizontal and flip it as we say horizontal when we say level, then clarify that. Please don't keep strawmanning with bullshit.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's just-
nobody
this is what
nobody
it
on the
is.
globe says there's horizontal bends.
I know, that's my point.
Yeah, horizontal.
Horizontal doesn't bend.
Horizontal is only valid at a specific point. And if you only move 100 feet, you're not going to be able to see the difference. Okay? So, yeah, it doesn't show up.
It's just to point out that it's not the flat Earth who are bending anything. They're refusing to bend. They're not bending and changing anything. They're refusing to change or let it bend.
Hold on just a second, because I've been trying to get in. I've been trying to get in for quite a bit now. If your point is that we're not saying that horizontal bends, and you came into this discussion telling us that globers say that horizontal bends, you're contradicting yourself. In addition, we're not using the layman as a measure for the specific professional use of the words necessary to measure the earth. If we want to actually go to that, we go to the people who do, on a regular basis, measure the earth. We should use their terminology.
Yeah, they don't use level doesn't bend to them.
And
Yeah,
I don't
different
know.
elevations.
As Larry just posted.
But different elevation changes is not level bending.
Oh God, are you this dense, really?
Okay, so
if you
I don't know the picture. I mean, but this is easy to explain. Is that when you're going from a different elevation, you're assuming that elevation level is.
Nobody's going in different elevation. You are continuously going the same height from the surface of the earth to your elevation. If you're going level to the earth, like an airplane flying 10,000 miles across, a plane flying 10,000 miles from point A to point B, they are going to take off. They are going to go level all the way across, maintaining the same altitude from the surface of the earth. There's no elevation change. They're keeping the same height. If they're going 30,000 feet, they're going 30,000. They're going 30,000 feet all the way across the 10,000 feet. Nobody's changing up and down, going anywhere. They're going level, and level in this context doesn't mean horizontal or straight. They're flying along the surface of the earth, following the curvature of the earth, so following the level of the earth.
Yeah, if you are,
eventually they're
walking,
leveling out. Yeah, they're no longer changing elevation at a certain point.
And they fly from New York to London. Mic check on the same altitude.
Yep. 2
Mic check.
And
you're in.
Okay, you guys just made me go all in on this shit hand getting distracted.
No. In a decent dictionary, only two, like the second or third definition is following the shape of the earth. In a dictionary that didn't just show up because
in regards, yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. In regards to the globe is the only time it happens. Doesn't mean just you Glovers. It means anybody talking about the globe.
That's reality. That's reality.
They have to bend straight lines to the whole world is brainwashed. Believing we live on a globe. I know.
Straight lines. Nobody's doing that. That's the
Why
point.
do you? I have to ask. Why do you insist? Why do you insist on giving people an argument that they don't make?
All right, huge.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry I couldn't tell if I was on or not. I'm on the AirPods. So if you're walking, as I am right now, you walk for a mile, the Earth will curve away from you by 8 inches. That's less than a span. I've got my span. I can see it right here from the end of my pinky to the end of my thumb. That's 9.5 inches, and I remember it because it's the name of the movie. And that's so a mile, and it dips by less than my span. How on earth are you even going to measure that without equipment, let alone have to account for it in any building? You're not going to. You're going to have to go to significant speed in order to account for it.
But again,
i.e., over.
You're just giving reasons that you shouldn't have to account for the curve of the earth.
No, there's a misunderstanding here. There's a misunderstanding. If you go, if from point A, you go level at constant elevation, you will be that same elevation. You didn't go uphill, you didn't go downhill. There's no 8 inches of drop. Now, from point A, if you set up a horizontal line, there'll be a departure from that horizontal line of 8 inches, which returns to the same elevation as the instrument. So it's that there's no drop when we say 8 inches per mile squared. That's from the local tangent, but that's not a change in elevation.
Right, that's from local horizontal, actually.
Yeah, there should be no change in elevation there.
The 8 inches per square mile, per mile square, it's not a thing that anybody who's trying to find the circumference of the Earth uses.
Yeah.
That's a thing that flat earthers use in order to strawman what we talk about.
Let him respond.
The circumference of the Earth. So stop talking about it. It's not a fucking thing.
I know. Yeah, I mean, that's the crazy thing, right? So this is the crazy, like, people in the globe argument would say you can't measure the curve of the Earth because horizontal and level.
Nobody says you can't.
Okay, well, see, this is why we have these discussions.
Nobody
interrupt
says
thoughts.
you can't. Who said you can't?
I'm saying you can't.
You say,
well, you're wrong.
I need you. Thanks. Wait. I need you, thanks, to stop your game for a minute. We can't talk otherwise.
Is this the guy? The guy yesterday said, no. Is this the guy from like 2 days ago? No. This is you, right?
No. Look,
No.
I can't make it. Again, I'll show you we can measure it. But you need to see it. You can't play a game when I'm
not
talking
going to look.
you.
I'm not going to look, man.
Then
Just explain
have fun. Have fun.
All right. Then no.
What?
You did it to me 2 days ago. This is why we're there.
I was a different guy. Thank you.
No, it wasn't.
Why do you think you can't measure the Earth? What's the problem?
So I'm just not going. So this is the issue, right? So this would be the issue with anybody. This is how people come to the flat Earth side, right? I would imagine is that you can cite and measure an angle, right? But when you go to verify that with an actual measurement, it doesn't work out. So why would anybody who's on the
trigonometry?
Hold on.
All right.
This is Hannah and no thanks. Nobody else talk.
Yeah. So why would anybody from like a neutral part, right? So why would any who doesn't have a dog in it, they're just hearing about it? Why should they believe that everything they're measuring in real life like doesn't trump visual angle measurement? Why should they take the visual angle measurement over actual tangible touching it measurement?
You're using the wrong measurement.
For fuck's sake. Hannah, go ahead.
They have done that several times. There's several different ways that they've done that. Tangible, physically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just asking why would anybody take a visual angle measurement over an actual, tangible take a tape measure to a measurement?
Shut the fuck up, Jake!
Look.
But they have done it, is what I'm telling you. You're saying that they shouldn't be able to. That's what you said?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't disagree.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna start server muting people.
You can't take a tape measure, no. But there's several other ways that you can measure the circumference of the Earth, right?
I don't know, go ahead. I don't believe there's a circumference to the Earth. I believe that the sun moves in a circle, but I mean, and you can measure the sun moving and time zones, etc. But if you want to imagine you can measure it, let me know.
What about flight?
What about it?
You don't think that airplanes can't go completely around the globe?
They can go in as many circles as they want, yeah. Why can't? Of course, an airplane can turn in a circle.
Okay, so you don't believe in the globe, you believe in the flat Earth. Have you measured it? Okay, so
there's no measuring it. You don't need to measure it. You don't measure it.
How do you know how much land mass there is?
Oh, measure an area like your town or where you're building a house?
Oh, from end to end. It's flat. It has to
from
be
end to end,
right?
No, not at all. Like the entirety of the globe, you mean? Like the entirety of a flat Earth?
The globe? Yeah, the entirety of the globe. From
north
north to
like
south,
the way you're,
east to west.
So I don't know. So restate your question, please.
Have you done any measurements to show how far it is from north to south and east to west?
How far it is from you travel east is the circle, right? We all agree on that, right? You travel west, it's a circle. We all agree on that, right?
Not if it's a flat earth.
No, we don't. I mean, yeah. So then what she is asking is how do I? Wait, what?
I don't think you understand.
So east and west are circles around a center point, right?
No.
No? Okay. Where do you think the North Pole is?
How would flight work on that? See, everything that you guys say happens directly contradicts how it happens in reality.
Right. So on the globe, right, there's the North Pole, right? The North Pole, right? And east and west is circles around the North Pole.
So an airplane just
right?
circles the North Pole. That's how they travel?
On a globe and on a flat Earth, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the globe doesn't disagree. The globe doesn't really disagree with that. I don't believe it does. I mean, if a compass is pointing to the north, right, it's pointing to the North Pole, right? Magnetic north. Okay, so that North Pole is right at the top of the globe.
There is no really quote unquote top.
Well, there's the North Pole.
It's a 3D.
The north.
It's a 3D object. Is a flat Earth just a 2D object?
No, but so on a globe, I just want to understand the globe, right? So on the globe, there's the North Pole.
No, that's just it. We're not understanding the globe. We're understanding the flat Earth.
Okay, can you describe to me the globes? I guess traveling around or the north, south,
Yes,
east,
they
west.
use a great circle to travel from one point to the other point. Eventually, they come right back to the same place they left.
Okay.
How
so
do you
where
do that on the flat Earth?
Well, first we find north, right? And do we know where north is?
I don't know. It's your flat Earth.
It's ours. I mean, it's our Earth, and we all live on it, right? But all right. I mean, then I'll just tell you, right? So on a globe, there's a North Pole, right? And when you go, when you're pointing a compass or anything that points to the North Pole, right? It's one spot. They all converge and meet at that pole, right? North. So if I flew to the North Pole, right, on a globe, and I flew over the North Pole, then north would start pointing behind me. I'd be going south, right? If I flew over the North Pole. I might be way off here.
You need to look at flight paths and how that doesn't work on a flat Earth.
I'm talking about on a globe. So if I'm on a globe and
why are you using the globe? We're talking about a flat
I'm trying
Earth.
to understand. You're trying to get me to understand your globe, right? So let's understand it.
No, I'm trying to understand your flat Earth. I'm trying to get you to prove that it works on the flat Earth.
Okay, well then on a globe, right? Or a flat Earth, either one, doesn't matter. So, but imagine just the globe, because that's what you know now, right? So we have the North Pole, and if I fly over the North Pole, I'm coming from the south. My compass is pointing north, right? I'm flying towards the North Pole, towards it. When I cross over the North Pole, which way is my compass going to point? Because it only points to north. It's going to flip around and point. I'll tell you, it's going to flip around and point the other way. It's going to point right behind you, because that's where the North Pole is, behind you now. You passed over it. So when I want to go east or west, right, so imagine it, right? This is a simple, like, flat Earth thing they do. I mean, but they could do it for the globe too. It doesn't really matter, right? If you take your two arms, you point one straight, one off to the right, like make an L shape. And if you point at the North Pole, right? Now, if you want to go east, you're going to go to the right, right? So now you point your arms like an L shape, pointing it right at the North Pole. Now, if I want to go straight east, I'm not going. My left arm is going to start pointing away from the North Pole. I have to keep pointing right at it north. So as I point at it and I move to the east, I have to make a circle. I have to make a circle around the North Pole. Same thing with west. It would make a circle. That's how they both work.
Do it in the southern hemisphere the same way.
Almost done. Left, please.
Okay.
Nobody. We're almost wrapping up with Hannah and things.
Yeah, well, none of that what you said makes much sense to me. So I don't know how you can justify flying on a flat Earth with those routes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't track all the routes of airplanes and whatnot, but you know, there's a North
That's a
Pole.
good way to do it. It's a good way to do it. That's one way to measure things. Flight paths.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to, but we'd have to imagine it flies in a perfectly straight line, right? Like in order to measure perfectly, you know, to really,
perfect.
yeah, maybe not. I mean, something like that, but they don't fly in straight lines, so we'd have to do all sorts of, you know, figuring out there of how they take use jet streams and tailwinds and all sorts of stuff to go in these obvious circles, because that's how it works on a globe, right? These circles, east and west, you know, so that's where most of the, you know, mostly all the land is in the northern hemisphere.
Hannah, you're gonna ask him about gravity, and then we move on to left lane.
Oh, okay. Okay, so do you believe gravity is real?
I believe there is a, I mean, you can call it gravity, sure. There's a down, yeah. If you want to call it gravity, that's fine.
Mass attracting mass, right?
Definitely not.
Okay.
I mean, you'd have to show me multiple examples of mass attracting mass. It's outlandish.
Just entire universe, that's how it works.
Yeah, so they call that, I mean, I'm not into real big into the fallacies or anything. They call that a begging the question fallacy. Like, I'm not real big into that, but, you know, you can't use the example as the proof, or like the thing in question as the proof, you know? So like down is down, right? And why, you know, why is everything down exactly? You know, I'm not 1,000% sure, and nobody really is. But an alternative to gravity as like a space-time thing is the electrical charge that is found in all objects, right? So for whatever reason, right? This is whatever, I mean, we'd have to come up with a reason for it. But the sun is positively charged, right? The Earth has a negative charge to it. When you pull things from the negatively charged Earth, they become positively charged by, you know, by the ions in the air, right? So now it's positively charged and drawn to that negative discharge from the Earth, and they're gonna go back to equilibrium, right? So as you pull it from the Earth, as you go up in the air in real life, you know, voltage goes up 100 meters per something, I can't remember, right? And it's measurable, like, and you can draw energy from the air. It's not from the air though; it's from something else. But you can draw energy from the air, and positively
charged. It's not
charged.
from the air; it's from something else, right?
I mean, I can't trap air. The issue is I can't trap air in a can and draw energy from it. But as I go upward in this world, in the sky, you can draw energy as you go higher. I can't draw energy from the inside of like a Coke bottle.
Them clouds are looking thick over here on my end. Hopefully,
My
it doesn't.
goodness, that was a convoluted story.
Well, this.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm done.
it's used. Yeah. So I mean, they have this. That's fine. Like MIT has this. They call it like the ionosphere airplane. They use the electrical, I guess, winds in the air to and magnets in the airplane. I have to look it up exactly, but like these in the airplane, and they fly this airplane now through the air, just the way we picture kind of like aliens, like just zipping through the air, like zip, 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 right? But they're not using. They're using that voltage I described, and that negative charge from the Earth and the positive charge of the air to navigate, and nothing else.
All right, let's do a quick, Hannah, if you got a last comment and him, so we can give left lane a few minutes with him, and then we'll.
Yeah, I'll let someone else beat him up.
No, it was really nice talking to you, Hannah. Well, you're nice.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I'd like to ask him a couple of questions.
Left lane. Thursday, I'm sorry, man. You're muted.
No,
You're
it's
muted.
fine.
Go back on
Okay,
mute.
all right, on then.
I don't know. Hopefully, a left lane is available now.
No, he was talking about the flights, east and west flights, and of course, we have to look at the southern hemisphere and the flights below the equator and how they work on a flat Earth, where we've got evidence from Johannesburg to I think it's Sydney to Santiago and Johannesburg, South Africa to Sydney, and various flights that go
Chile.
down there that don't make sense on a flat Earth.
Sure they do.
Exactly. No, they really don't.
Yeah,
No,
I
they
mean,
don't.
yeah.
Sorry, they don't. Don't talk
Well, they don't.
aviation.
I don't want to talk AV. I want to talk compasses.
Well, compass,
But it
that compass
still
example
doesn't.
is even
It
dumber, but
doesn't
don't talk
answer the
aviation.
question of measuring the circumference of the Earth or measuring land masses on a flat Earth.
Nope.
About that.
I don't even talk about. I just want to talk about compasses.
Do you have, no thanks, any measurements for flatness or proof that airplanes on the equator fly in a circle?
I have
Well,
some
so
math.
that the air, if you do the math, right, you would find out
I
that
don't care
that
about
8
the
inches
math. Do you have any proof?
Yeah. So, well, the proof is in the supposed
Are you
numbers
begging
for
the
the globe.
question now?
Yeah.
Do you have
yeah,
a proof, evidence, physical evidence that planes that fly over the equator fly in a circle?
So yeah. So if you do the if you beg the question, right, and you do the math for the globe, right, the only place in, I guess, reality, right, that 8 inches per mile, because this is how difficult it would be to measure, right? Almost impossible. That's how crazy that number is of the Earth, right? So if you do the math, you'll find that that if you made a circle around the equator, in order to make that perfect circle, right, come back on itself, it would have to turn at 25, whatever it is, 25,000
I
miles
want
around,
proof for
8
the
inches.
turn. Do you
It's right
get
in the
me?
math.
Do you?
Yeah, it's in the math.
Math is not the proof. I want the proof, measured proof, physical, tangible, as you say, as you like to say it, that
Right.
the airplane does any turns, left or right.
Which airplane, when, where?
Any airplane that flies along the equator.
Well, there was the Concorde that tried to make it around the equator and it never did. So
Why would they try?
I've
I mean,
never.
what are you
I
talking
didn't know
about?
that. I didn't know the
flew from
Concorde
France.
made any equatorial
It made an attempt.
circumnavigation.
Yeah, it made an attempt. It didn't finish.
For the also, look, I'm asking airplanes. You say that they fly in a circle, and I want an evidence.
Well, you just have. I mean, I mean, then you don't believe in the globe, I guess.
What do you mean you
know.
don't believe? No, on the globe they don't fly in circle.
No,
On the
okay.
globe they fly perfectly straight on the equator. Right. So don't ask me. Tell me I don't believe in the globe, and don't tell me what's happening on the globe. On your flat Earth, you need to make a turn in order to fly over the equator. So I don't understand why you would like to do it at all.
Right. Well, all right. Why would so if we were to beg the question and do it, if you do the math for the equator, right, the 25,000 mile circumference of the Earth, right? If you do the math for it, you'll find that to make a full circle around that equator at 25,000 miles around, that's 8 inches per mile squared to return on itself. 8 inches per mile squared is pretty much immeasurable, especially when you have to adjust, like, what is it, 1 degree every mile in aviation for wind and whatnot. It's pretty much impossible.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Is 1 degree per 69 nautical miles.
Which is
you're talking about
Don't
navigating.
care about.
Yeah.
There is no drop, no nothing. You can measure it.
What's it called? It's called like the rule of. I can't remember. The rule of 60 or something. No,
Hey guys, I got something very important. I just realized that the show has been going for 3 hours and 48 minutes. I gotta stop. I gotta wrap it up. We're not gonna have time to final thoughts for the audience on YouTube. No, you guys can stay. You guys can stay for as long as you want over here. Let's try to pick this up in another day. I'm gonna try to be back tomorrow. In the regular noon, like the usual time that I do it during the week. I'm gonna try to be active. Tuesday, I'll be busy all day in the food bank, but tomorrow we'll try to do a show. Hopefully, you guys can rejoin. Stay in here, have fun. There's a few moderators. Hopefully, everything stay under control. I'm gonna close the Daily Boom on Sensor channel, and we're gonna move on to the Daily Nonsense. Now, when I wrap up the show, I want to thank everybody over here in the Discord. If anybody want to join the Discord server for the after show, stay, have fun. Shout out to Carl Christopherson in Discord, Shaik, Komar, Hannah, Larry, Leflane, No Thanks, Paynasa, Peter G, Shane St. Pierre, and Ters. Thank you very much, everybody. I gotta run. Thank you very much to all the audience. I gotta take care of the dogs. I gotta take care of a bunch of stuff, and I'm like so behind today. I appreciate everybody for hanging in here, for your support. Like, share, subscribe, comment, click on all the buttons, send me money, and I'll see you tomorrow in the Monday. Boom.
Boom.